Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You're tuning in to the Hockey Tank Podcast. This is Sunday, October 31st. Happy Halloween 2021 in surprisingly sunny Newfoundland, Labrador, Canada. My name is Trevor Blackler, and as always, I'm joined today with the electrifying and elegant Stephen Hale. What's up, man?
Not much, buddy. Excited to hand out some treats tonight and hopefully not too many so I can keep most of it for myself. How about you?
Yes,
How are
sir.
you?
That's all you can hope for, man. Me too. Yeah. What are you dressed up as today?
Oh, I'm a tiger today. I don't know if you can tell. We got little ears and the nose. What are
Yeah,
you?
look good. I'm Dog the Bounty Hunter today.
Dog the bounty hunter. I
This
thought
was
you were a
a
rock
kind of
star.
no rock star, no music here.
Okay.
Just catching bad guys
I
for
used
the
to
most
watch him
part.
when I was a kid. Actually, before I went to school, he'd come on TV. So like most kids would watch like cartoons or Sports Center, but I'd be watching Dog the Bounty Hunter before I go to school in the morning.
I used to watch SpongeBob before school. They always used to
Oh
have two
yeah.
episodes before school. I used to
Oh
tune into
yeah.
those. But anyway, we're getting off topic here
Sidetracked again.
already. Today on the pod, we'll go over the past week's news in the hockey world. The past 2 weeks, because if you loyal listeners didn't know, we skipped a week. Me and Steve had some midterms and that we had to crunch out. So we're sorry for that, but we're back this week. We'll also go have another edition of NHL Newfie the Week, and we'll end the show off with some quick lightning questions about each team in the league. Are you ready to go, Steve?
Yes, sir. Take it away.
All right, let's get into the news. This is the last 2 weeks' news, so we'll just go over the biggest news for the most part. So, Russia is involving ex-players for their Olympics management team, something we haven't seen before. Of these players, we have Kovalchuk, Zhamnov, Gonchar, and Nabokov. What do you think of this move?
I think that's cool. Isn't Kovalchuk the actual general manager?
I think so, or assistant general manager. I don't think he's
Yeah,
the top guy,
that's
but
pretty cool. He's
yeah,
probably
I think
gonna
it's cool too
they're,
to
they're gonna move into
involve
management
players.
roles anyways, so just as well put him in the Olympic management role.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's cool because, like, for the most part, GMs in that are more business, unless you're like Joe Sakic or Steve Eisenman, and they don't
Mhm.
really get the game. Like, they haven't like really played to the highest level and like actually been a superstar. So
Yeah,
I
they
think it's cool
understand
too.
what it takes, so they can
Exactly.
probably pick out a lot of players too, like that, you know, because they've been on the ice with certain guys, so they can probably tell, who's gonna
Y-
make it and stuff.
Yeah, but that brings up the topic of like bias. So do you think, like, say Kovalchuk is just going to be picking Russian players that he likes or that are actually good fits for the team?
Yeah, that's true. I never thought about that. There's
Yeah,
probably I feel like there's bias with every general manager though.
that's true. Yeah. Yeah. 100%. Like, Lou out in the island always just brings in players that he likes from like New Jersey or Toronto, not
Yeah,
necessarily
well,
like,
when he went to New York from Toronto, it was like he got Komarov, Matt Martin, like right away, like two
yeah,
guys that he knew.
exactly. And look who's there now from, he picked up Zajac from New Jersey, and he also picked
Yeah,
up,
and Palmieri.
yeah, Palmieri.
Yeah,
So
he likes players he's familiar with, and you can't blame him. He knows what he's
I
gonna
guess
get.
that's like anyone, though. I guess if you're player or business minded, you're going to do that anyway. Just pick up players that you like or
Yeah.
that you think play well. So
Hmm.
there's a lot of things to consider, but yeah, great move, I think, just to bring
Yeah.
in. Oh, nice. Max Domi is out 2 to 4 weeks with a fractured rib.
Not good,
So
man.
that,
He was having a good start to the season. I think he only played several games, but he was on pretty like far pretty much for the first
yeah,
few
I think he
games.
only played three games, which kind of sucks. And Columbus was doing good those 3 games too.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have a good year, man. But at the same time, I think he kind of wants to get out of Columbus. Yeah, I feel like he still wants to play in a big hockey market.
Yeah,
I think he would do better there because I think like some players in those situations just play way better than if they were in Arizona or just some dog shit place. So
yeah, he played really good in London when he was in
yeah,
junior. So,
yeah, maybe the Leafs
and then
pick
he
him up,
went
get rid
to
of that fucking Nick
Arizona
Ritchie.
and couldn't get it going. And then he went to
Yeah,
Montreal, and
had amazing year, 70 something points, I think.
in Montreal,
Yeah, his first year he had 72 points, I think.
holy shit,
Yeah, and then
I
he
kind
kind
of
of just
forgot about
fell
that.
off. He had one bad year, and then Bergevin was like, "Yeah, we'll trade you for Anderson." So
Bergevin doing Bergevin things.
yeah,
Vander Kane was suspended 21 games for using a fake COVID vaccination card. This is a this is a weird one. At first, I thought it was kind of just like, oh, isn't that a coincidence? You know, he's you know, under all this pressure from the league and stuff for gambling on games, being pretty much just a shitbag to his ex-woman and everything like that. And then, he's suspended 21 games. So I thought that was weird, but
Yeah,
it's,
well, I can
it's
probably make
working.
the joke. I can probably make the joke I made a couple episodes ago when we were talking about Arizona. It's like, what can they fuck up? They'll scratch something else off the board. So Evander Kane's probably just sitting home with this big ass whiteboard, and he's like, "What else can I do to piss people off? Oh, fake COVID. That's one. That's a good one. Nobody's done that yet. I'll do that." And they scratch it off the board.
Yeah, man, it seems like it. Fuck, he's got
He just
quite the
can't chill out,
resume
man. He
going.
just can't chill out, man. Like, just get your vaccine. Just like sit home, be a decent human being. Don't bet $1 million. Just chill out. Watch a movie or
Yeah,
something. Somebody needs to get him like a Netflix account or something if you don't have one. Just chill out, watch a couple movies.
yeah,
Just he's up to no good always.
yeah. I know he's always up to something by that Evander Kane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, last year too, it came out the news that he was bankrupt. So he was like 27 million in debt or something after his contract. It was nuts. So
If I was making that money, man, I wouldn't be nowhere near $27 million in debt. I could promise you that.
yeah, same.
I
Yeah, who
guess when you
knew
get young
taking out
too.
Evander Kane would be the secret to San Jose having a good season.
Yeah,
But
they're doing good, man. Like they got,
yeah,
and I had
we'll
them
get
low in the power rankings in our last episode. So I feel like if we have another power rankings before Christmas, they're gonna probably jump up.
oh yeah, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
This is a weird one, man. Pavel Buchnevich in St. Louis got suspended 2 games for headbutting Coyotes Lawson Krause. Did you see this play?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah, that
god,
was a
man.
while ago now, wasn't it?
Well, 2 weeks ago, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
This guy's a
Yeah.
lunatic, man. He was in a scrum after the whistle, just like roughing it up with Krause. Like it happens every game.
Yeah.
Um, and he just fucking full on headbutts the guy. I
Yeah.
haven't seen that in a long time.
I feel like players are just doing a bunch of random stuff now. I know Zadina caused a little bit of controversy too there.
Zadina called Garland a midget in a press
Yeah.
interview.
Yeah, that's funny.
Fuck,
I mean,
man.
it's not funny, but I mean, it shouldn't be funny, but it was
It's
just,
not funny when you're talking about the I don't know, the little person's expense or anything like that,
just
or
when off the top of his
whatever's
head though,
politically correct.
just to say something like that in the interview, I thought it was kind of funny just for him to just not give a shit, basically.
Yeah, it was more the context than it was the making fun of, marginalized population kind of thing.
Yeah,
It was just like, who the
definitely. It
hell
was
comes
just off
up
the
with
top of
that?
the head, like just that's what made it funny. It was
Yeah,
just like
exactly.
out of nowhere. So yeah.
Yeah, so a couple weeks ago, Kaniemi, geez, what a stroke I just had. And the Hurricane beat the Habs in the Habs arena and then made a fucking website to chirp them. Did you see this?
What? No.
Oh my god, they made a website called like www did the Habs win or something.
Oh
And then in
really?
order, yeah, or did the Hurricanes win or something, or did the Canes win? Like that was the website you plugged in, and then it
Never
brought
heard
you
of
to
it.
a site that they were selling Kotkaniemi shirts on Carolina for $20.
That's sick. That's sick. I was watching that game actually. So I was like kind of thinking, I was like, he's gonna score tonight, man, get his
Oh
first
yeah,
goal. I had a feeling, right? And then he went and tipped the puck on net and went in. He loved it too because he was getting booed.
yeah,
So
I
that must
know,
have felt
man.
good for him.
I don't get that. I don't know. It's like, what do you
Every
want
time
me
he
to
touched the
do?
puck, he was
What do
booing.
you want me to do? Like Montreal fans, like not sign 6 million for 1 year? Like I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know what they were booing him for. I guess it was just like,
That's like the Islanders fans salty for Tavares leaving. I guess that's a bit of a different situation, captain.
yeah,
But,
I guess that difference after being the captain and staying there 9 years and then
yeah.
leaving. But
Well,
yeah,
Islanders turned it around, so who cares now?
exactly. Yeah, they're one of the better teams in the league this year with Sorokin.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about goalies though, Bobrovsky got his 300th NHL win and is looking pretty good this year. Honestly, last year he was shaky. Last year a lot of
Yeah. I think people
or,
jumped on the fuck you bus too quickly with Bobrovsky.
yeah.
But he's still a good goalie, man. Like he's not like he's 40 years old like that old hag in Edmonton, Mike Smith. So
Or fucking Craig Anderson in Buffalo,
yeah, I
lighting
mean
up the league, man.
Craig Anderson's looking at the Vezina, just licking his chops right now.
Oh
So
yeah, big time. Yeah, no, Bob's still a good goalie, and 10 million. I mean, you're fine. Florida's actually getting their money's worth this year.
yeah, well, how long is that deal?
8 years, man.
Oh God, that's
Well,
gonna
seven now.
yeah. So I don't know. It's just one of those deals where if you don't sign him to the term, you're not gonna get the player. That's like with
Exactly.
any free agent deal. So it's just the way it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. McDavid gets his 200th NHL goal in 411 games. Only Gretzky, Curry, Anderson, and Jesus, and I can't make it that last name I got there, did it quicker. So in pretty good company.
Yeah, he almost did it as quick as Matthews. So he's a pretty good player, I guess.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. He's all right.
Wish he
I
had
mean,
Matthews shot though.
yeah. He's working on his one-timers. Did you see that video?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Draisaitl
so
was like making fun of him too.
oh
But
yeah, he was saying
yeah,
he had a muffin of a shot in the press interview too. I seen that.
yeah. Draisaitl's got a really good shot. So
Oh, unreal. It's
yeah,
nuts. It's hard
he's
too, man.
he's definitely got the best shot on that team. No doubt about that.
Yeah, I mean, Pooja Harvey had a chance of doing it if he stayed in the NHL in practice, but because
He's
he had
doing good though.
he's still good. He had an unreal shot coming into the league. I've said this a million times. I thought he was going to go higher than Line A in that draft.
Yeah. I
I thought he
think
was going to go
Matthews had
number
the best
2.
shot in that draft.
I
Let's
mean,
not
yeah, you
kid
can't take
ourselves.
nothing away from Matthews.
Just bragging him up here, at least 1-2 games now. So what do you think of those Red Wings and Leafs?
We'll get to that later, buddy. We'll have a whole
Okay.
discussion about that.
Okay. Getting too
So
eager.
Kucherov is injured out indefinitely and will most likely return after the new year.
Julian Brisebois just called Buffalo's like, what's Jack up to these
Yeah,
days?
we just so
Funny,
are they going
Kucherov's
for
at the
the
beach.
three-peat? They bringing Eichel in for a 3-peat now and
Honestly,
bring
like
Kucherov back in the playoffs.
I know a lot of people would like be so mad that they'd like mess with the cap again, but I would love it. I'd just be laughing. It's like Kucherov's at the beach there, like just drinking a couple of beers, number one bullshit shirt on, and just sitting down there loving it. Got his 2 cup rings on, and then Jack Eichel's on the bus down to Tampa Bay, and they're gonna go win another cup. That'd be sick.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Speaking of number one bullshit, the Lightning reveal their championship ring, and it has a hidden number 1 BS Easter egg. Did you see this?
I read about it, but I never looked into it too much. I seen it on Instagram, I think.
Yeah, so they have a ring, and it's just like the Tampa Bay like icon there on the front, and then it opens up like a locket, and in the middle they have like a bunch of inscriptions, and in there is number 1 #1 bullshit.
That's funny.
I thought that was so funny, man. I died at it.
I'm hoping Maroon gets 4, man.
Yeah, that would be unreal. I think he'd be the first player in NHL history to win 4 straight. I mean,
Yes.
except for like Islanders teams and
Yeah, I mean you can't compare him to the old like Canadians and Leafs and stuff back in the 40s and 50s and stuff, because I mean it was like there wasn't much competition like there is now. So for a player in the modern day to be able to win 3 in a row, I mean it's a lot different when there was only 4 or 5, 6 teams. So
yeah,
it's a lot harder to do.
He was in Edmonton, like, holy fuck, get me out of here. I'll just go home to St. Louis, like not huge cup odds, but I want to go home. Goes home, wins a cup, and then goes to Tampa Bay.
That's sick,
and gets
man.
a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another injury here. Stone, in Vegas, is out. He won't need surgery, but his return is unknown.
Pacioretty's out too, so they got a couple of bodies missing.
Yeah,
Important
for sure. Their
guys too.
scoring is way down. I don't think they've scored more than like 2 or 3 goals a game since they've been out. Honestly.
Something that puzzles me about Vegas too, man, is like, why did they ever get rid of Gallant? I don't know.
Yeah, and
I don't know, because it wasn't an issue, because they were making the playoffs when they fired him. Like they were just clicking at a normal pace, win a couple games, lose a couple. Like an average middle of the pack team, and like that's in the playoffs, and they fired him. I don't really know if the Boers are as good of a coach. Honestly, I don't really like him as much as Gallant, but maybe that's just, I don't know, a little bit of bias there because of his first year with Vegas.
I like Gallant too. Maybe it's something internal. Maybe it's not like something you can see from their wins and losses. Maybe it was something in the room.
It's always a little bit more than what you see in
exactly.
win-loss column.
Jack Hughes is placed on IR. He's got a dislocated left shoulder, so that hurts the Devils for sure.
I think that he's out for like somewhere between 5 to 8 weeks. I think.
I don't have it wrote down here.
I think I've seen that later.
Yeah,
So
I know he's not back now, and he's not supposed to return for another month or so.
he might not be back till sometime in January, honestly.
Really, I think
I
he'll
don't
be before that. I think he'll come back in end of November ish. Doesn't
yeah, I
take
don't
that
know.
long for a dislocated shoulder.
I just seen something about like it was going to take a little bit longer than expected or something like that on Instagram,
Oh,
but I don't know.
that's too
I don't
bad. He
really
had a
know.
great start to the season too.
See that goal, the stick, just
Oh yeah, throws the stick into
yeah.
the stands. A
That
lot of
was
people were
like
upset about that.
I wasn't, man. That's like you need more of that in the game,
Yeah, I think that looked cool. I'd like
as
to
far
do
as I'm
that.
concerned. Yeah, that's like
That just
imagine the
proves
guy who
that
got the
like you're the
stick.
man in that city. Just throws your stick. Like who wants a stick like that? Like nobody
Yeah,
wants my hockey stick. If I threw
yeah.
my hockey stick in the fans, they'd probably fucking take it home and put it in the wood stove, man. Nobody wants mine.
Yeah, split it up for splits and then light the
Yeah,
fire
keep
next
them
morning
warm
with
during the winter.
it. Yeah,
You can't get no money for that on eBay, I'll tell you that.
I bet you it's on eBay now. The guy who got the sticks, like I'm making some money tonight.
Maybe, yeah. Did you see in football? One of the I don't know, somebody got a touchdown and threw the ball into the stands.
Mhm.
And then later on that game, it was revealed that that was Tom Brady's 600th touchdown in his career. So they
Really,
had to go up in the stands and get the ball back from Buddy. But
I wouldn't have gave it back. I wouldn't have, man.
a lot of people say that, but what are you gonna do? Like four security guards come to you and just like
I'd
give us
start
the
running,
ball.
man. I'd be running. I'd be running for the
Would you
gate.
do the tuck? Would you put the ball in there and
Yeah,
then go
yeah.
like that?
I'd be running for the gates, man. I'd be gone. I'd be calling
Yeah,
somebody to pick me up at the front entrance, and we're gone.
yeah.
We're
Get a
making them.
cab, get an Uber.
Yeah, we're making 10K tonight when we get this on eBay.
A lot more than that, buddy. Apparently,
Probably.
some people projected 600 touchdowns. I don't think it's been done by a quarterback before. So I think
Yeah.
that ball. Some people were
Maybe that
saying it
was a
would have
bit
went
of
for
a
$500,000,
holy fuck, man.
$500,000 for a football.
Not for me.
Yeah,
I would have been that guy who would have got something really valuable and undervalued it and just put it up for like $500.
yeah. It's like
Got,
you got a Gretzky rookie card and like you don't know it, so you're
yeah.
just like, it's just a piece of cardboard. Fucking throws it up on
I'd be
eBay
the
for like
worst
10 bucks.
scalper. I'd be the worst scalper in the world.
Yeah,
Uh, anyways, that's cool. But
yeah.
unfortunately, never get to keep it. But I guess they want to keep it. It's his 600.
He
So
got a lot of stuff for it though.
did he?
He got season tickets. He got for the rest of the season. He got like a signed helmet and cleats by Tom Brady.
Well, that's
He
a
got
good thing to do then. That's the right thing
yeah,
to do then.
yeah, for sure. I think it worked out for everyone. A lot of people
Yeah.
were saying the same thing you did though. Like I wouldn't have gave it back. It's like, man, you got like all these security guards there. Like I don't know.
Yeah, at least they gave him. If they took it and was like, "Yeah, fuck you," it wouldn't have been as nice. But the fact they did that, I mean, it doesn't make it so bad now.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think it was best kind for everyone. A lot of injuries. Jesus. Max Jones of the Anaheim Ducks is at 4 to 6 months with a torn pectoral muscle.
Wow,
So
months.
4 to 6 months. Yep.
Oh wow, well, his season.
So that's almost all of his season.
Yeah, because
I think he was having a good season too. I mean, he's only playing like the third line, but I think he was pretty
I don't know.
prevalent this season.
He was a first round pick, and he was supposed to be a good top 6 player. But I feel like he's more of just going to be a consistent third line player.
Is he another player that came from London? He was on that Mitch Marner, Matthew Tkachuk line, wasn't he?
That was Dvorak.
Oh yeah, Jesus, never mind.
But I think he played on the London Knights. So
I think
he's a little bit
too.
older too. He's like, I think he's 23 or something, 24.
Imagine saying a little bit older and then going like 24.
Well, I mean, like a lot of Anaheim prospects are like 19. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure they might have the youngest team in the league.
yeah, one of them definitely.
Yeah, 100%. So Seattle made their home opener in the new arena against the geographic rival Vancouver Canucks. They lost the game, but I mean, from what I'm hearing, that building is pretty electric already. And
they won a game after in it, so
yeah, they did. I can't remember who's.
They won their next game. Vince Dunn scored the first goal in the Climate Pledge Arena.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
I like Vince Dunn. I don't know why it's St. Louis.
Yeah, he's a good defenseman. I think
he's great.
I think Seattle's still got a good team, man. I think their record's even now, aren't they? Like 4-4, or like maybe they're not.
I'm sure
they're one below or something.
They beat Montreal pretty bad the other night, 5-1.
Yeah.
So sure.
Well, Montreal's not lighting things up either. They're having a tough start.
Yeah, I'd say. What else do I got here? So Jimmy Hayes was honored by Bruins um, at one of their home games the other night. So that was good. Everybody
Yeah,
wore the number. I can't
yeah, I
remember
seen
which
a
number it was, or everybody wore
12,
the name tags.
I
Um,
think.
Hayes, but that's good
Hazy
to
or
see,
something,
man.
yeah.
Yeah, it came out the other day that well, not the other day, actually, weeks ago, and you probably know it that
Yeah.
his drugs was laced with fentanyl.
Was
I
it?
mean, yeah, he was they found fentanyl and cocaine in the system. So I mean, this should be a wake up call to the rest of the hockey world that like
Was it like street
players are
drugs
getting
or
addicted to, painkillers and then going on to other things. So
so it
I
must have
don't
been
know.
street drugs,
Yeah,
I guess.
it
Yeah.
was.
Oh damn. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, it brought a lot of awareness to like the danger. There's still a lot of danger around like drugs, and even more than that, that players are addicted to drugs from the painkillers they got while playing hockey. So
Hmm. There should
it's
be
brought a lot
things
of
in
awareness
place.
to it. And his
There
family
should
didn't have to come out and say that, but they made a conscious decision to come out with the news. So
Yeah, they
I think
should
that
have
was
better
good.
like rehabilitation centers like for people who are struggling. Or
Yeah.
like some kind of
Or just like bring more awareness to it. And it's just like,
yeah.
this is actually a real problem. People are dying. Like, I don't know,
They
from
should
that
have a
kind of stuff.
special place for NHL players, man. Like just to get healthy if something happens like
Well, the
that.
NHLPA does have a program like that.
Yeah.
But it's just so hard to come out and admit something like that, right? It's still pretty stigmatized.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Unfortunately,
Some,
anyways.
yeah. On a brighter note, though, Morgan Riley signs an 8-year, 60 million contract with the Leafs. One of the lower annual values at 7.5 million for a defenseman, anyway. What do you
That's
think
a
of this deal
I
as a
think
Leafs fan?
it's a discount, honestly. Anybody who like chirps him and says like he shouldn't have got that, like the term's too long. Have you looked at Seth Jones? Have you looked at these guys making these outrageous amounts of money like through free agency? Like none half. If Riley went to free agency, man, like he's a solid like top pairing defenseman. Like he's not elite like McCarr, Hedman, but he's a top pairing defenseman. So if he went to free agency, you're looking at like 8.5 probably to 9.
That's what I was gonna say too. Like easy. I mean, he's definitely a top two defenseman on any team. So
I feel like he could probably got like an 8.8 AAV for like 7 years if he went to free agency or something like that, right? Just below 9. So I think the Leafs got a good deal, man.
yeah,
I hope he
they
retires a Leaf.
yeah, well, they had to have a good deal, man, because I had seen a graphic the other day that said
5% of the
next
players
year
take up
58.2% of the Leafs cap will be
5
for
players.
5 players for their core.
They got young players coming up though. They got Rodi Namirov, Robertson, they're at Agunchintsev, Gagalev, and then they got Abramov. They got a lot of Russians, man. You don't like they picked a lot of Russians in the first, second, and third round, like the last few years. So they
Yeah,
got
I
a
didn't
few.
notice it either until you just listed them all out.
Yeah, and I
They
mean
didn't.
they project to be NHL players as of now, right? So
Yeah.
they got a few good Russians.
The only thing with young players is it's good when they're on entry level contracts, but then you got to pay them eventually.
Yeah, well, see,
So
they got a couple who are supposed to come into the league, so I mean, it'll take away money from a guy like Nick Ritchie, who's making like 2 million. He's playing the fourth line now, so and Simmons too, because Simmons makes like 1.2 million, and like he's gonna be gone.
he's worth it though. He fights. He's
He is worth it, yeah, but I mean, when you got 58% of your cap, you're gonna not give that money out. You're gonna let a young guy step up and try to prove himself. I feel.
yeah, no, for sure. That's what
So.
you got to do. If you don't do that, then I mean, you don't have a team.
Yeah,
Like
pretty much.
no, or you're getting like you're signing people on like minimum entry level deals
Don't
for
roast the Leafs cap situation yet, man. They got some good players. They had a tough start. Let's not lie. Tavares had 3 points last night and lit up the Red Wings, so it's coming together.
don't be talking about that, man. My wings are doing sick this year. I think we're
There.
ahead of Toronto this year, so already.
Oh well, it's not gonna last for very long. So
Oh, we'll see. We'll see.
enjoy it. Enjoy it while it
Some
lasts.
great news here. Crosby is back. It's
Yeah.
still McDavid's league, but it doesn't feel right until Crosby's on the ice. Like I
Hmm.
mean, those Pittsburgh games were. I mean, they were fun to watch because it was like, how the fuck is Pittsburgh doing so well without Crosby? But it
Yeah.
didn't feel like the Pittsburgh Penguins because Crosby wasn't out there.
Yeah, it's gonna
So
feel weird, man, when Hughes retires. And like, I forget Malkin even exists, so it doesn't feel weird for me to watch a Pittsburgh game without Malkin because he's never there anyways. Like he's
yeah, me
injured every
neither.
year.
It seems like he flies under the radar so hard for how good he is and how much points he puts up.
Yeah, he's kind
But
of been dropping off with a lot of injuries and stuff too. So
yeah, man, the guy's a piece of glass, man. He can't go a season now without getting injured.
I think he's a trade piece, man, because his contract's coming up. I feel like he's like you've throughout history you've had a couple star players who've moved later in their careers, like
Oh, it happens all the time.
like Sundin went from the Leafs, he went to Vancouver,
Yeah.
and like Messier and stuff. I mean, he bounced around a bit in his later years. So, I mean, I feel
Gretzky.
like yeah, well, he's the guy who we thought was untradeable. But
Exactly.
if Gretzky can be traded, McDavid can be traded.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. It's all a business, man. So
Yeah, I can
anybody
see
can get
Malkin
traded for
going.
anything.
Maybe somewhere like Calgary in the next year or something like that. That'd be
Calgary.
pretty cool.
That'd be interesting, man.
Yeah, I can see it, man. We'll see what
He
happens.
still
in the
doesn't
next
know
years.
people's names on the Penguins, and he's been there for friggin' like what 13 years or
Yeah,
14 years. So I don't know how we do on a new team.
that's like
Jesus.
Kucherov and Tampa Bay's like that goalie from Vegas won it. What's his name? It's like Fleury, one of the best goalies in history. You don't know his
Yeah,
name.
fucking number one bullshit.
Russians
Vasilevsky,
just
best in the world, best in the world.
Russians don't know
Vasilevsky.
anything. But
Yeah, man. um, White Cloud. I think his name is Cody. First name Cody on Vegas. Cody
Zach,
White Cloud. Zach White Cloud. Yeah, geez, I don't know where I was getting Cody. Signed a 6-year, $16.5 million contract with Vegas for an
mhm,
annual AAV of 2.5 or 2.75 million. I think this
that's
is
a
a
good
great
deal.
contract, man.
Yeah,
He's a good
I, f-
upcoming defenseman.
I feel like if they got him on a 3-year contract, they would have had to pay like over 3 mil or probably close to 4. So if
Yeah,
they were like, yeah, we'll give you a long term. So it's like kind of like you know you're going to get your money and it's like consistent pay every year. So I think that's
yeah,
how they
man.
worked that out.
3 years ago, I mean, a guy like this, he's only like a top 6 defenseman. He would have never got this money, but all he had to do was go in and say, "Look what defensemen are getting paid right now. You want me to stick around and be happy with my role?"
Defensemen are cheap, man. It's actually kind of insane
I
how
know,
much they're
man.
getting.
They're getting paid more than forwards now. Everybody's starting to realize you got to build from the back out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Drew Dowdy is out 8 weeks with a knee injury. He's supposed to be back on the ice in, I think, 6 weeks. But that's a tough bounce for LA. They haven't.
He was almost having like a Norris level start, honestly.
Dude, he had 7 points in like 3 games,
Yeah,
and
he
they
was
got
playing
injured.
really good.
Yeah,
Yeah. That
yeah.
sucks for him,
LA is
man.
playing really good, man. They beat Montreal last night. I think it was 5-2. So
Mm. LA is gonna rebound, man. I can see him in the next 2 years being competitive. Quentin
yeah,
Byfield hasn't played yet this year because he's still got that injury, which sucks. So I haven't got to see any of him.
yeah. That sucks, man. I was looking forward to watching him too.
Yeah, I'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. My next note, and this is word for word, pretty much in quotations. Ovi is fucking red hot, dude. Red hot.
Oh,
I
he won't.
one of
He
my
won't
hot
stop.
takes. One of my hot takes. I said Ovi was gonna score 60 goals and win goddamn a Rocket Richard. And everybody was like, dude, 60 goals? Are you kidding me? Man, he's got like 8 goals in what, 5 games or something.
I think he has 9.
Not even better, man. He's gonna fucking score 60 this year.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
he's on fire. He takes like 7 or 8 shots a game.
Yeah.
He's putting everything to the net. Everybody, I think that team is just the whole, like, they came up with this big structure about how to play defense, how to play offense, how to win games. And then they were like, wait, Ovi's getting a bit close to that record. And then they were like, yeah, new plan. Just fucking feed this guy. Just feed, everything goes to him. And
It's like fine
it's been
wine.
working. They've been winning games too.
He's fine wine, man.
Yeah.
Better with age. He only gets
He's
better,
he's a
man.
little chunk of cheese. He's a
Yeah.
little chunk of cheese, that Russian over there.
He's gonna be like, I think he's second in the league now in scoring with 15 points behind McDavid. McDavid's at 16, so like he might get himself another like fucking heart or something yet before his career's all
Imagine.
said and done.
That would be
That'd be sick.
insane.
Because I
How
mean,
old
like,
is he? He's 35, 36?
he's mid 30s. He might be 34, 35, something like that.
Dude,
So
I look at like 60 years old, like year old people, and some of them still got like their hair color. And then you look
Yeah.
at Ovi, poor bastard. He's like 30 years old, 36 years old, and
He
he's
lost
fucking
his hair color when he was like 28.
yeah, man. I remember like looking at him in like NHL 15, like their picture of him, and he was starting to go gray there. It's like poor bastard, man.
Yeah. Do you think he
Fuck.
goes down as one of the top 10 players to play the game?
No, not overall players. There's way better like players that can do everything, but he's the best goal scorer in the world in all of history. I think the greatest goal scorer.
Yeah, I do too. I think he's a better goal scorer than Gretzky.
Oh, 100%. But Gretzky got like more assists than anybody else has points, so you
Yeah.
can't take away that from the guy. But yeah, he's definitely the best goal scorer I've
Yeah.
ever seen, and people a lot older than me say that the same thing.
Yeah. Anybody who says Gretzky is just biased. It's so harder to score now.
Yeah, I mean the equipment back then. I mean, the flex and the sticks back then was like trying to flex a 2x4, so they weren't getting the whip that like Ovi has. Like their shots weren't as
Yeah, there's a lot of different
fast.
factors. A lot of different factors.
There is. I don't know. You can't really compare eras like that, but that's for another podcast. Jesus Christ, we'll be here 3 hours if he starts going down that road.
Oh yeah.
Talking about threes, the 3-star of the week this year were Kyle. Jesus, man, what the fuck is wrong with me?
You're on
I
the
can't
booze
talk
last
today.
night, man.
3 stars of the week were Kyle Connor McDavid, and Ilya Sorokin. Do you agree with this? Do you think someone should have got on?
Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm kind of pissed Sorokin's there because I picked Varlamov in my hockey pool. So I mean, I know he's injured, but it's just like, come on, man, just don't play that good. So then when Varlamov comes back, he can like take over the reins there. So unfortunately, well, I can't say unfortunately. It's kind of being an asshole. I guess I'm happy for him, but I picked Varlamov, so
it's bittersweet. I'm happy for Sorokin because another good young Russian goaltender in the league doesn't hurt anyone. But I also picked Varlamov in my fantasy hockey, and he hasn't played yet, and I don't think he'll get very many games now.
No, well, if anything, it'll be a tandem situation.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say it's 50-50. I'd say it's going to be more of like
60-40.
Yeah, or even what Florida got on the go, where Bob will play 3 games and then Spencer Knight has 1.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens because Varlamov's getting paid too, so they're gonna want to play him
for sure. So we got some surprising teams this year in the league. Toronto, Buffalo, Montreal, San Jose Wings, and the Calgary Flames are doing quite the opposite of what we thought they were going to do. Toronto shit, Buffalo's good, Montreal shit, San Jose is good. Wings and Flames are both doing good as well, and I had those both as closer to the bottom.
Listen here, buddy. Leafs are 4-4-1. I wouldn't call that shit. I'd call that a slow start.
I call that shit compared to what the expectations were.
Hey man, we're 9 games into the season. Like we're 9 games in.
7-1-1.
What about them fucking Minnesota Wild though?
What about that Cam Talbot? I think he's got over a 950 save percentage, man.
Did you see some of the saves he's been making?
Yeah, man, he's been unreal.
I was watching the game the other night. Who were they playing? Jeez, it's gone from my brain now. But I don't know. I think like I shit a little bit in my pants when he made one of those saves. He's really good at going across the crease with the blocker or the glove and just like absolutely making you look childish. Like he's one of the best goalies in the league.
Yeah, so. Edmonton is definitely feeling like shit giving this guy up now.
I'm gonna go look up his stats actually, just so I can.
So what about Buffalo Sabres? Are they allowed to be this good? And do you think it's gonna last?
Honestly, man, I think it'll last for a while. I do.
I don't think it's legal. I don't think Buffalo's allowed to be doing this. They shit kicked the 2-time Stanley Cup champions, Tampa Bay. They absolutely shit kicked them like 5-1.
Yeah. You see, Stamkos's hit on Dylan Cousins. That was a bit gross. I didn't. Yeah, he like elbowed him in the face and like he started bleeding, and he never got a penalty or nothing.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So
what about fucking Craig Anderson? Where the fuck did this guy come from? He's like 40 years old. He should be in a grave. Instead, he's in the net playing with the Buffalo Sabres, which I thought was going to be the same thing as being in a grave. But he's doing unreal.
Oh, he's loving it, man. He's going to go down as the best goalie in Buffalo history. Brian Miller doesn't stand a chance.
Yeah, better than fucking
Miller.
Fuck, better than Dom Hasek.
Hasek, yeah.
What about
I got.
sorry,
Sorry,
go.
ahead. I said,
Yeah.
I got Cam Talbot stats here. Just to not move on from that, we got to keep talking about that.
Obviously, man. If we didn't talk about Cam Talbot, would this even be the Hockey Tank podcast?
No. This regular season, he's played 7 games. He's got 5 wins, 2 losses, and he's got a 912 save percentage.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's a pretty good save percentage.
In 7 games.
Games.
And there was a game too where he gave up 5 goals.
Yeah, that was a tough game, but I mean, everybody has those type of games.
For sure. And if it wasn't for that game, he'd probably be way up there too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyways, what were you going to say?
I was going to just ask you about your opinion about Montreal. It looks like losing their center depth of Kotkaniemi and Philip Deneau was a lot worse than people thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I thought they made some good moves actually, bringing in Dvorak and Hoffman, but they don't have an all-star, man. I don't think Caulfield's an all-star yet.
Man, I had him winning Rookie of the Year. He doesn't even have a goal yet. He's got like one assist.
He's got 1 point in like 9 games or something.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to win Rookie of the Year. I'll tell you some 2 rookies who are actually insane, and they're both from Detroit.
Yeah,
Lucas
they are.
Raymond and Maurice
Yeah,
Sutter.
they fucking are.
Lucas Raymond has 9 points in 9 games.
He's leading rookie scoring.
Yeah, and second in rookie scoring is Maurice Sutter. As a defenseman, he's got 8 assists in 9 games.
Yeah.
So
that's unreal.
You know, yeah, crazy. wait till they're mid-20s and we got some good players.
I keep saying
another rookie too.
Wings are going to be a Series Cup contender in 5 years. In less than 5 years. I
4 years.
2 years ago. They're going to be a Series Cup contender in 2025 or 26.
Yeah.
And when I say serious, I mean like making it to the second or third round consistently.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see it, man. They definitely got all the pieces. Another rookie I wanted to highlight too. That's kind of came out of nowhere and like nobody even really knows anything about him. Is Drew O'Connor in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, right. I didn't know who this guy was.
He's 23 years old. He was
Didn't he come from college?
Yeah, he was undrafted, I believe, and he's 23 and he's got 5 points in 7 games and he's a +3.
A lot of those are goals too, eh?
3 goals, 2 assists. So I mean, like, and they're good plays, and so he's not getting garbage goals either. I mean, he's playing very well. So
yeah,
you know, kind of Pittsburgh just kind of getting players from nowhere and just making them really good players, kind of like Jake Gensel situation.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, nobody's seen Gensel.
Yeah, they seem to do that.
Yeah, Chicago's good at it too.
Yeah,
good at finding these.
Kubalik and they brought in Panarin when he was from KHL, so Chicago does that. Yeah, not under their. They got different management now, so.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But notable rookie goals. This is from 2 weeks ago because we've been pretty slack. But Lucas Raymond got his first, and he also got his first hat trick. Fucking go Detroit. Your guy Anton Lundell got his first goal, and he's playing really well too.
He's got 5 points in 7 games, I think.
Yeah, he's playing really well.
Yeah,
Dawson Mercer, the fucking noof, got his. You've probably seen it littered all over our Instagram if you follow us.
Yeah.
He scored a goal, and all the province went fucking insane.
He's got 4 points in 6 games, man. Like he's if he can stay consistently in the league for the full year, I think he could probably get like somewhere between 30 to 40 points in a rookie season.
He will, man. He'll stay in there.
40 points. If he gets like 41, 42 points, like that's perfect.
He won't get that much. He'll get 28.
I don't know.
He'll get 28 points.
I see him getting 30 plus.
I mean, he's on the third line, and he's not on any power play or anything.
He plays first power play, man.
No, he don't.
Yes, he do, man. He's on a power play with Heischer. He's on a power play with Heischer, Hamilton, Tatar, and what's his name? Zaka. He's on the first power play in front of the net. No joke.
Shit, I didn't know that.
Yes, man. I'm telling you, he's on the first power play.
All right, maybe. I'm sticking with my number 28. I don't think he gets more than 30.
I don't want to argue with you, but I've seen him on the power play several times so far.
Well, you watch his games. I don't really watch hockey. I just usually get the highlights and look at the news. That's
just what I've been seeing, man. He's been on the power. I don't want to like be a dick or nothing, but yeah, he has been on the power play so far.
It's not being a dick, but you're making an argument for a noof. How can I be mad at that?
Yeah. What
you're
kind
saying
of
a Newfoundlander is going to score 40 points in the NHL?
What kind of noof are you? Yeah, you better not. Shows your true colors from Oshawa.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the Oshawa coming out on me.
Yeah, I guess so.
Darlin in San Jose got 2 goals, and one of them was his first goal, obviously, about a week or so ago. So
He didn't know he had his first goal because it was somebody else they had wrote down, and then
yeah,
he got another
no, he
goal.
got
So
it taken away from him.
yeah, well, see,
Oh
he
yeah, well,
celebrated his second goal as if it was his first goal, but they
yeah,
didn't realize he tipped the puck or whatever for the first one. So then he ended up having 2. So that's pretty cool.
yeah. Yeah, Drew O'Connor, like we already talked about, got his first.
Yeah.
Tomasino used to play for Oshawa Generals. He got his first at Nashville. Let's
Oh
fucking
yeah.
go.
Oh yeah. He was the first one I
Drysdale.
picked.
Drysdale got his first goal
Mm-hmm.
in over there in Anaheim.
Mm-hmm.
Vesalainen in Winnipeg got his first. A lot of people had high hopes for him, but he's not going as fast as
A little bit
some
slower
people
route
hope.
to the league.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know this guy's first name, but Kupari. I already
Rasmus
got it. Forgot.
Kupari.
Yeah,
In
Rasmus
LA.
Kupari. In
Mhm.
LA got his first. Tampa Bay player Bar Boulay got his
Yep.
first.
Tampa Bay, and
MLS
Seattle player.
What?
He went to Seattle through waivers, and then Tampa Bay picked him back up again.
No way.
He started the year in Tampa. They waived him. Seattle picked him up. Played a couple games in Seattle. They waived him, and now he's back in Tampa.
Holy fuck! I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought he was always just with Tampa.
No man. Some
Sweet.
fact for you.
Yeah, great fact. Keep bringing that all podcast. Would be
Yeah.
all right. Jake Neighbors in St. Louis. I fucking love this kid, man. I wish he went higher. I think he went 26th.
He's
St.
greasy.
Louis or something. I fucking love this guy, man.
He's greasy, man. He likes picking fights.
Do we? I know
Yeah,
he's a bigger kid. He was huge in juniors, man. He was running over everyone in juniors.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a dick, I think. But I mean, I guess everybody needs that.
Yeah, I think the only thing keeping him back from being great is his speed. He's not very. Jesus Christ, he's in the NHL, Steven. Give him a break. I think it's his fucking skill. What a jerk. Oh man,
he's
no,
all right.
I think it's his foot speed, man. He's not all overly quick.
Oh yeah, he might make $1 million in his career. We'll see. I'm joking.
Yeah, we'll have to see about that one. That's all I got. Do you know any other rookies that got their first goal that we're leaving out?
Like a lot. So I don't even know if we should go over it or we'll be here all year. We've had several rookies come in and just like play a couple games and score a goal.
Really?
So
I don't.
Yeah.
But it wasn't their first goal. These are only like the first goals of their career. They probably played a game like last year and got one.
Yeah, well, we had a guy in Anaheim the other night who scored his first goal.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know his name now. And
if he's playing in Anaheim, he can't be that important.
I'm not sure. Brandon Duhaime in Minnesota scored his first goal.
Fuck, did you see that? That was a weird one. I forgot about that. Honestly, I kind of left that guy out because I didn't know how to pronounce his name.
Duhaime, I think.
Duhaime?
Yeah.
He's honestly, yeah, but he scored a weird one, man. Someone shot it from the point. It hit off. I can't even remember who they were playing.
Cole Sillinger scored from Columbus.
I think we announced him a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, probably. He probably scored a fucking while ago.
Yeah, we definitely announced him. I'm just looking over my notes now.
Yeah, Timothy Liljegren hasn't scored yet.
Dude, that guy's a bum.
No, he's not, man. He got 1 point in 3 games. What are you going on with his young defenseman?
Yeah, keeps doing that all year. He'll get 40 points. No, not 40. He'll get 30.
No, if he's going to be in a lineup, I can see him getting 10 to 15 points playing 10 probably.
When he was drafted, a lot of
people
people said he'll be playing. When was he drafted? He was drafted later, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, he was projected like top 3, and then he had like mono.
Oh, really?
He had a tough year, and it kind of set him back a little bit. But he's been playing really good in the minors. Like this dude lights up in the minors, and he's only young. Yeah. He's like 22 years old. So like,
yeah. When he was drafted, when was he drafted? Like 2016? No, that was Matthews. Jesus, he was drafted like must have been 2017.
2017.
That recent? Holy Christ!
Yeah, he's 17th overall, and so like he's 22. Give him a few years, man. Like not every defenseman comes in. Sometimes they don't like excel to like 24 years old, and then they start playing really well. So give him time. Yeah. He's really smart with the puck. Like he makes good decisions. So
yeah, I don't watch any of these games.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't know. But,
Oh well. Your loss.
yeah, my loss. That's right. That's right. All right. Unfortunately, now we got to talk about some bad news in the league to end off the news. So Kyle Beach, if you're not aware, came out as the John Doe in the investigation about the sexual assault of the video guy in Chicago. So Aldrich was coach at the time and had the video coach or something, and sexually abused this young man at the time. I think he was only like 22 years old. And nobody said anything about it. They said a cup is more important than a bit of sexual assault in the locker room. I just want to know what the fuck is on to go with Chicago back then, man. Like, I'm doing like a business degree, in any business, it doesn't matter. Like hockey, it doesn't matter if you're fucking selling staples, man. Like that's, I don't know, in no way, like in any business, that's considered like okay or like not relevant, man. I don't know how nobody in the league just or in that franchise stood up and said like, yeah, this is kind of fucked up. Like,
You think if they had so many people in the room and in the management group, one guy would have stepped up, just one guy, and said like,
and that's all it would have took too.
"Hold on, like this might be wrong," but
Well, they all
wanted to
knew
win,
it was wrong.
so
There's no
it's
way
wrong.
there's a human being. Well, I guess fucking the person that was doing it um, didn't think it was wrong. But I mean, if you've got a fucking brain, you know it's wrong. You shouldn't be doing it. And I don't know. But everybody, I guess, was just scared of their job security, or if they said something, maybe they wouldn't win the cup or something. But like, that's fucked up, man.
And they would have never, if this guy never spoke up, this would have went under the rug till these guys were fucking dead,
I
right?
never knew
So
about it. They came out with this story last year, and I said that's all speculation. But man, it's not, and it happened to, and it's different that I mean, because Theo Fleury, in back in the day, had this done to him too by a coach and another player. I can't remember his name, but he wrote a book about it. The other fella, and it was in Theo's book too. Um, but it's different because like they were the only ones, only him and the coach knew about it. But like more than one person fucking knew about this. Like Kyle went to management and said, "I'm having this done to me. I don't like it. I want it to stop," and nobody fucking come
even the
out.
players knew. They
Yeah.
did, man. I don't care what they say, because some players who were on the team come out. Some players came out. I'm not sure what ones that the ones who came out were, but they're not on the team now, obviously, because they were like third line, fourth line players or whatever.
Yeah, this happened back in 2010.
So, I mean, like I don't. I think it's just a bunch of excuses, and I think that as soon as it started to come into the public eye, they're like, "Oh, we got to fix this now. We got to make ourselves look good." But it's kind of too late to make yourselves look good.
Yeah, it
They're
kind
only
of
doing it.
feels
They're
like
only
that,
doing it
doesn't
because
it?
it came out, man.
Oh
If
yeah.
it was
Oh,
never brought
dude,
up, man,
I've
Blackhawks would
never
have
heard about
never.
this story once, and
They,
I fucking look for hockey stories like this, like not about sexual abuse, but it's just stuff that like the average Joe wouldn't know, and I never came across this story.
they would have never, like, this would have been kept shut, and like they would have never acknowledged that anything like this would have ever happened if he never came out. So I feel like it was the easiest decision they've ever made to fire the management that they had remaining there.
Oh, 100%.
Well,
Yeah, and as a result, they were fined $2 million, which I don't know if that
that's
really
not even
fully
that's not even a
repays it. I
lot.
mean, that's not even close.
Yeah.
They did have a meeting with Gary Bettman, and Bettman said like, you and your family are pretty much taking care of any counseling you guys need. Like, we're gonna do you guys right, because like what happened to you was so fucked up. Stan Bowman stepped down as GM, which a lot of people were fucking praising because of this.
He never stepped down.
He stepped down.
Yeah, but he would have never stepped down, is what I'm saying.
He wouldn't have never stepped down.
No, he only stepped down just because he's like, well, I'm gonna get fired anyways, so I'm gonna step down. That's
Yeah,
what happened with
and I mean,
Quinville. They
yeah,
were saying
same with
like Quinville
He
stepped
got
down. He didn't step down.
He stepped down too, and the Panthers were 7-0. And I seen a lot of people when this story broke on Instagram and stuff were saying like, why is he stepping down? The team's playing so good. It's like, did you not hear?
Doesn't
Are
matter.
you living under a rock right now?
Yeah.
About like, I don't know. So yeah, these two guys, I mean, they're only stepping down just to get out of the spotlight, and they'll be back on the hockey scene like in future years. Like I give it 3 years, and I'd say Quinville will be hired somewhere else as soon as this story kind of cools down.
I don't know. If I was a manager, I would want them to work with me.
I mean, look at Babcock when all the stories came out about what he did to Franzen, how he snipped like Madonna of his 1500th game just to like get in his head, what he did to Marner, like all the stuff he done, and now he's getting, coaching referrals in National Hockey League. A couple teams are calling him interested. So
yeah, but
I mean, it'll happen. I guarantee Quenneville will be back in the NHL. Because I don't know,
it wouldn't be on my
short-term
team.
memory when it comes to big stuff like this. I don't know.
It wouldn't be on my team.
No, I can't see. I've had, because like that's worse than having a toxic player is coach, because everything. I mean, you have a toxic player, you're only really affecting like his lines mates and whoever's in the room with him, but I guess the whole team then. But the coach has a way bigger influence on the team than one single player.
Yeah,
He wouldn't be on my team either, man. You can't have people like that in the room because that just brings everyone down. And I mean, he's a great coach, but I don't know.
I'm sure he's a good person though. Honestly, people make mistakes.
Like it's just like that at the time and in the moment. You're trying to win a cup. You don't want to say nothing, but it's still fucked up, man. You gotta.
Yeah, people should have second chances, but I mean,
Tortorella was on TV making a couple good statements. He said like, first, like, what if this was your son and he was getting sexually abused and he came to you and you said, would you give up your son's like being comfortable and being mentally healthy to win a cup? And he also said like the same thing you said, like, I can't believe there was all these guys in the room and nobody came out to say like, hey guys, can we talk about what's going on to Kyle? Like, this is fucked up.
Yeah, I think they should just stay away from the game for a while. And I don't think Stan Bowman's ever coming back.
No, I don't think so either. He
Quenneville, I can see probably coming in somewhere eventually.
3 years. I mean, he'll go work with a college team and move some heads, and he'll be back. But I mean, as long as he understands like it's fucked up, and he should have to, I don't know, do some kind of repayment to Kyle's family, like
counseling. He should be somewhere.
I don't know. Stan Bowman, I'd be surprised if he hasn't reached out to Kyle personally.
He wasn't even
already
a good general manager, regardless of the situations the bad decisions he made. He wasn't even a good general manager in the business side, as far as I'm concerned.
No, he wasn't. Ask Caleb. Caleb fucking hates this guy.
Yeah. And this just like buries him deeper, like, because you can't. If you're the general manager of that team, you just like, it's just no.
I mean, you're responsible for the coaching. You're responsible for operations. Yeah. You're responsible for the scouting. You're responsible for the players. Yeah. General manager is not an easy.
He doesn't deserve to come back. Actually, honestly, I don't. No, God, no. He doesn't even deserve to have a job in the NHL.
Should be begging for money. Should be begging for fucking money.
I don't think Quenneville should come back either. Actually, he's the one who wanted to win. I don't think he should be back. I would never even consider it.
Yeah, honestly. it'd be different if Kyle at the time like kept it hidden, but Kyle like went to these people and expressed that what was going on was fucking him up, and then he wanted out and he wanted this to stop, and nobody did anything. So
I can't see an
it'd be
NHL
different
team.
If nobody knew about it, but all these guys knew about it. Like,
the only team I could see ever hiring Joe Quenneville, I'm gonna be honest with you, man, because like teams don't want to take flack, especially in this day and age. So like the only team I could ever see hiring Joe Quenneville is in fucking Montreal Canadiens, because they draft sex offenders in the draft, so they got no trouble
hiring.
Fucking
fit right in.
Yes, man. He'd work perfect with their system. They got on to go there. So
no, I'll tell you what's gonna go down. He's gonna stay at a league in 3 years, but in 3 years, Arizona's gonna start popping off, and he's gonna go to Arizona, and he's the low market, doesn't get a lot of visibility. He's gonna go there and do some good coaching.
If they still have a team.
Yeah, he might have to go to Houston.
Yeah, or Quebec.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all the news I got. Do you got anything? I think
I got a few.
I mean, it's hard because we were going over 2 weeks worth of news there.
Yeah. Predators prospect Luke Prokop. Will donate $10 every shot he takes this season. So this guy's just a beauty.
Where's he donating?
I'm not sure. I didn't write that down. I just know that every shot he takes is donating $10 to some sort of charity. I think the Predators are matching it too, actually.
Oh, that's unreal.
So that's pretty cool.
Where's he playing?
He's a defenseman who came out as defenseman who came out as gay earlier this year or last year, whenever it was. So
where's he playing?
He's playing in juniors, I think, or minors, wherever it is. But
Yeah, I don't
he's
think he's
definitely
in the
doing a
minors.
lot
I
of.
think he's still in juniors because or maybe he did sign because he just signed his ELC. I think
Yeah.
a year ago.
Yeah. So this dude's making impacts in the league already, and he's not even
That's
in it.
yeah, that's
So
sick.
it's cool. I seen somebody
I'd
comment on
be more.
Instagram
I'd like
and
to
say
see
like,
more people do stuff like that. Like imagine if
yeah.
like Tom Wilson said every suspension I get, I'm going to donate this much money. Or fucking Ryan
Yeah, man.
Reeves, every right hook I throw, I'm gonna fucking donate.
Yeah, that's funny. I seen somebody comment on Instagram. This dude's gonna be passing on breakaways. I just thought that. That was funny.
That's hilarious.
That was a funny little joke. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what else I got here? Ben Hutton signs 1 year, $750K deal in Vegas. A little bit of depth there for Vegas on the blue line.
Yeah.
Decent defenseman.
I thought he was always good. I thought he was good in Vancouver. I just thought Vancouver was shit, and that's why he was doing so bad.
Former NHL player Andrew Burnett takes over as coach in Florida. And
okay, they found a replacement. I didn't know that.
he was
I knew
assistant
it was going to
coach.
be an interim.
Assistant coach, so he's intern.
Yeah.
But he's coached 2 games now. They've won one, and they lost the other one in overtime. So
yeah.
I mean, they haven't lost a game yet this year. They're 8-1, so they're still looking pretty
Did
good.
Carolina lose yet?
No, they're 7-0, I think.
Jeez.
They're playing again tonight, I believe. So we'll see if Anderson can keep his hot streak alive.
Yeah, you were like, I don't know if they bringing in 2 goalies is gonna fucking help. It's gonna make them shit. Fuck, man, they're doing good. They're hot too.
Yeah, well, we're gonna review once this season concludes. I think we should go back and just pay attention to what we said and just see who ends up.
I want to because I said Carolina was gonna be at top of the division. So I went back and looked at our hot takes today actually. See how many I was getting right. I said, do you still think Kaprizov gets 100?
Yeah, 100%.
No, he doesn't. He can't. He'd have to score like 4 points a game.
No, 100 easy.
We'll see.
Zach Hyman, do you think Zach Hyman still gets 80 plus?
Holy Christ, no way.
No way, man. He's over a point per game right now.
Is he?
No, yes, he's man. Not. You see, as he plays McDavid, he's got like 10 or 11 points, man.
Oh fuck, I didn't know that. I thought he was like
no,
I don't know. For some reason I thought he got demoted and got put down on like a lower line.
No, man, he's got like I'm pretty sure he's point per game. I think he's exactly point per game right now.
Shit, not bad.
But that's hard to keep that up.
I said
I also said the Leafs win the cup.
I said yeah, well, that's gonna be fucking tough. They only got to get 4th in their division.
Man, you just gotta wait, man, till the playoffs. So we'll do it a playoff. I'm sure when the playoffs roll around, we'll do it a hockey tank playoff bracket for both of us. So we'll wait. That's a discussion for later.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I said that Montreal makes the playoffs too. Fuck, was I wrong? But I didn't. I thought they're gonna have Price by now.
They're digging a hole, man. It's gonna be really hard. They're like what 1-7 or something.
Dude, it's brutal. I think they've only won against Detroit.
Yeah. So I mean, like when you get so far, that's like a lot of points you're losing. So and especially in an Atlantic division, which is probably the toughest division in hockey, as far as I'm concerned.
No, it's not, oh man. Fucking
Metro. It's either the Metro or Atlantic.
Tough. The Metro's tough just because I didn't think Pittsburgh and Washington were going to be good this year.
Yeah, so but in Atlantic, you got Boston, you got Florida, you got Tampa, you got Toronto, you got
Ottawa.
Yeah, you got Ottawa.
You got Detroit in there fucking making waves. You got Buffalo in there.
Buffalo's what you should be worried about.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I mean, they probably came in there the 1st of October and was like, everybody thinks we're going to be shit this year. Let's fucking prove them wrong.
I'll say something right now. If I'll make a deal with you right now. If the Buffalo Sabres if the Buffalo Sabres make it to the playoffs, I think we've got the Buffalo Sabres jerseys for the podcast.
I was thinking about getting one. I was gonna get a Darlene jersey the other day.
We got to buy the NHL shop ones. Anderson on the back, customized.
Oh my god! I'm gonna get $280. I'm gonna get Okposo.
If they make the playoffs, we get to spend the $250 to get the authentic Buffalo jerseys.
Jesus Christ, oh man, who do you think I am? Ben Hutton. I think I just signed a $750,000 deal.
No, I'm not going to make that bet because nobody's in their right mind spends $200+ on a Buffalo Sabres jersey.
Yeah, I don't even think the Buffalo Sabres spend that kind of money on their jerseys.
No, man.
Got any other news over there? Any big news?
No, man, no more news for me and no more news for you. So I guess it'll be Newfie of the week up next.
Yes, sir. Stay tuned, everyone. We'll have a Newfie of the week up for you up next. Hey, everyone. Thanks for sticking with us. Now it's time for the Newfie of the week with our hockey historian himself, Caleb Smith. How are you today, man?
Oh, I'm great. Happy Halloween, Trevor. You got a
Thank
nice
you.
costume going on there. Is that your actual mullet or is that a fucking wig? I can't tell.
No, that's the wig, man. I wouldn't give myself that bad of a hack job. Jesus. Yeah. Do you have a costume or anything?
I'm not dressing up this year, man. I guess I'm just going as Caleb Smith. That's a fucking character himself there, I guess so.
Yeah, true that. I had 3 saucy youngsters come to the door yesterday. It wasn't even Halloween. I was out at Cameron's, and these
Yeah.
3 youngsters come in regular clothes at 3:30 in the afternoon on a Saturday. Wasn't even Halloween. It was day 4. It was like trick or treat, and I was like, "What are you guys supposed to be?" And they're like, "Gangsters." I'm like, "What the hell?" Never had hoodies, never had hats, nothing. I don't know. Imagine that.
Oh man, they're up, man. I guess they couldn't get their candy. They couldn't wait to get their candy fixed till Sunday, so they
Oh,
had
I
to go
know.
outside.
Yeah, they had the itch. They had the candy craving. Anyway, geez, we can ramble, can't we? Do you want to get on with Newfie of the week? Who are you talking
Sure.
about today?
This week we're going to highlight a defenseman from Grand Falls. So this is our first guy from Central Newfoundland that we're going to cover, and he goes by the name of Dave Pichet.
Nice.
Dave played in the 72 and 73 Quebec Pee Wee tournament, but he didn't play with a Newfoundland team. He actually played with a team from Quebec. So this would make me assume that he moved away at a really young age to play. Like I guess I don't know if it was strictly to play hockey or maybe it was for personal reasons. Who knows? But he wasn't in Newfoundland too long, but he was originally from Grand Falls. In 78-79, he debuted with the Quebec Remparts of the QMJHL. And then in 80-81, he made his pro hockey debut at the Hershey Bears in the AHL. He also, in that season, he got called up for 46 games with the Quebec Nordiques, and he had 20 points in his rookie season. So 20 points in 46 games as a defenseman, man, that's not bad at all.
No, man, that's sick.
In 81-82, his first, I guess you could say, first full pro season, he played 67 games with the Nordiques, and he had 37 points and 152 penalty minutes.
Let's go. You could throw around the weight then.
Hell yeah. 83-84, he was traded to the St. Louis Blues, where he only played 23 games. And in 84-85, he went to the New Jersey Devils, where he played 71 games and scored 57 points, which was NHL career high. So Jesus, 57 points in 71 games, man.
Yeah, man. This guy is the first Newfoundlander so far that's actually a fucking stud in the NHL.
Yeah. He was a beauty. He played with New Jersey all the way up until 87-88, where he finished his NHL career with the New York Rangers. He only played 6 games. He then immediately went to the second tier German league and finished out playing. He played a year over in Europe, I guess you could say, but then he also split time with the Cape Breton Oilers in the AHL. So,
Sweet.
Yep. His final pro season came in 89-90 with the Halifax Citadels of the AHL. So he played all the way up from 80-81 to 89-90 in pro hockey.
Nice. Not a bad career. And I'm surprised he didn't have a longer career with those numbers. Must have been injuries or something.
He could have been. I couldn't find much personal stuff on this guy other than stats. So who knows? I'm curious now as to why his career got cut short. Because
yeah, I'll do a bit of digging now for the Instagram post.
Yeah, man.
See what I can find. I would like to have a reason why he moved away at such a young age. Maybe his parents just moved there for jobs or something. But
yeah, who knows? I mean, maybe he knew he wouldn't get anywhere in Grand Falls, so he said, "Fuck it, I'm going to move to Quebec and try and get to the NHL."
It worked. Pulled the old Terry Ryan, moved across the country.
Yeah,
get to him later.
Dave Pichet's total NHL career stats were 322 games played. He scored 41 goals, 140 assists for 181 points, and he also tallied 348 penalty minutes.
That's insane numbers for a defenseman.
Oh, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, for back in the 80s too, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Mm,
Nice.
but,
Yeah. I'd like to, yeah, I'm going to have to do a bit of digging on this guy. I don't know. That's
but
cool.
I'm
I
saying
wonder why,
I wanted to,
and stuff like that.
I wanted to highlight him just because I usually we're dealing with guys from St. John's or the West Coast, like Corner Brook's been a popular spot. We
Yeah.
highlighted one from Labrador already, so now it's time to go to Central. And
Yeah, we
Dave
gotta
Pichet is
spread it out.
yes, man. I'm trying to spread it out as best as I can, and I figured Dave Pichet was the guy for this week.
Yeah, good call. No, that was great, man. Great numbers, man, for a defenseman, like we said. Love that he also chucked them. 300 something penalty minutes in his career. That's nuts.
Yeah, in 322 games, he had 348 penalty minutes, so he's averaging
Wow.
over a penalty minute a game.
Decent. Awesome. All right. Thanks for bringing us that, Caleb. Do you have anything else on Dave, or should we leave it there?
That's about it. I'm gonna have to tune in for the Instagram post now. Maybe find out why his career was cut so short.
For sure. I'll see what I can find. All right, folks. Stay tuned for the lightning questions we have prepared next. Take it easy, and I'll see you next week, Caleb.
See you, man.
Hello and welcome back. Thanks for tuning in to the news and the Newfie of the week. Now we'll get to some questions. So these are going to be lightning questions, which means just quick questions about every team in the league. So Steve is going to do the East teams, and I'm going to do the West. I guess we'll go in alphabetical order, and we'll just.
Are we gonna go question for question? I think we should do that.
I'd say we'll just go one for one.
Okay.
For sure. Do you have yours in alphabetical or?
No, I don't. I just got them just random
all right.
Eastern Conference. So I'm just gonna shoot a question at you.
You ask me whatever you feel like. What team do you feel like discussing?
Well, I just got them in random order, so I'm gonna shoot you a question. You shoot me a question, and we'll go from there. All right. You want me to start?
Yeah. Take care.
All right. The Florida Panthers. Got a question on them. Do you think they're legitimately a contender this year because they haven't got out of the first round in God knows when?
Great question. Big time, man. I think they've got a great team built, and I mean they've got everything. If you look at it on paper, they got a solid D core. They got two like very competent goalies, and they got probably the best forward core in the league. Like
forward core, Reinhardt, Bennett goes off. Huberdeau,
I mean, it's just deep. There's even their fourth line can score. I was looking at the score sheet sometimes. Yes, man. I was looking at their score sheet sometimes, and fucking like fourth liners are scoring. I'm like, holy fuck, man! Like anybody on that team can score.
Ekblad's playing like a really good like.
Oh yeah, I'd say he's the best defenseman in the league this year.
He could be up for Norris, man. Because of his two-way play.
I mean, it's a small hockey market, so he won't get very many votes, but he's playing really good.
Yeah. So you think they're a contender?
100%, man. I think at least. Yeah, it depends who they play too, because like we were saying earlier, the that division is kind of tough. Like if they get Toronto in the first round, though, that would be fun.
That would be sick. I would love that.
It's going to be Toronto.
One of them's going to break it.
Breaks the curse, or Florida moves on.
I feel like if that was the first round series, one of them's going to win the cup.
Yeah, I don't know.
Win the cup this year. We know so.
Yeah, I don't think so, but but we'll see. All right. Do you mind if I? Do you think they're contenders?
I agree with you, man. Everything you said.
Nice. So I'll just hit you up with Anaheim. So, how many points do you think Zegras puts up this year, and how many points do you think Drysdale puts up this year?
I think they're gonna put up similar point totals. I think Drysdale's got the offensive talent of a number one defenseman in the future. He really can. He can play that really quick zone entry, like pass the puck up, enter the zone, pass it back to him. Just find an open lane to shoot the puck. So I can see him getting anywhere from 20 to 30 points. I can, and I can see Zegras getting anywhere from 20 to 30 points because I don't think Anaheim scores enough. And I think they're both going to get their points on the power play.
Yeah,
rather than 5-on-5. Actually a good
call. I was saying I thought Zegras was going to get close to 40. I'd say Zegras puts up 30 to 35.
I think Zegras gets more. Zegras probably gets 8 or 9 more points, but I don't think Drysdale's far behind them because they get their points on the power play. If you look when they're scoring, they're not scoring 5-on-5 as often at all.
Zegras is first line center, isn't he?
I don't know. I hope not.
I think
Henrique has been playing a lot.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was there. Fuck.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
but they get their points on the power play. You don't see them score 5-on-5 much. That's just the way Anaheim plays.
No, and Anaheim's built as a defensive team too. Not a
Yes.
very good defensive team, but they play defensively.
Yeah. So Hammer, what do you think? I'm gonna give you a number. I'm gonna say Zegras with 37, and I'm gonna say Drysdale with 30.
All right. No, I think Drysdale gets 25. I think Zegras gets 35. I think.
Okay, pretty similar, I guess.
Yeah. No, for sure. Hit me up with your next question, man. Who do you got next?
Do you think I got Buffalo, and I'm saying, do you think they can actually be competitive for a full season? Not saying to make the playoffs, but do you think they'll be in the run for like below the wild card or even in the wild card if it's just a long shot?
I think this team drops off. Like, I don't know. I don't know what math equation or fucking formula you got to use to get the answer to why they're playing so good right now. I guess it's just they're coming together as a team and saying, look, everybody thinks we're shit and we're not shit. Let's go out and prove them. But I don't think it's sustainable. I mean, you got a 40-year-old goalie. He's going to slow down, much like Mike Smith. They can't keep it up at their age. I mean, if they were like 25, 26, yes, they're young. They can go forever. But I mean, no, I don't think so. They got an old goalie, a young defensive core, and just, I don't know, just slow forwards. I don't know. They don't play a fast game, so they got to slow down. I don't think they can sustain it.
Okay.
What about you?
I think they play a very structured game, so I think they're gonna sustain it to a certain point, but I don't think it's gonna be high enough level to make the playoffs. I can see them being like 8 or 9 points at the playoffs, honestly, because that's how well they've been playing. Their structure's so good, man. They don't give up many chances.
No, they play great with the coach. I always forget this guy's name.
Granato.
Yeah, man. He plays. I mean, he coaches really structured.
He's getting them to play like a team that doesn't have star
whipped into
players.
shape.
Yeah.
I just can't believe how nobody saw this coming. Just like, because on paper they shouldn't be a good hockey club,
Man,
but they play great.
I've watched like I've watched 2 or 3 Buffalo games. Buffalo games this year.
I think that's the world record for the most Buffalo Sabres games ever watched honestly,
in
the
a year.
Season. It's usually you get 3
I'm
seasons,
up there.
3 games in. It's like, holy fuck, man, I can't do this for a whole
I
season.
watched 2, so they play like New York Islanders to me.
Yeah, I don't watch them play, so I won't be able to tell you, but
they're just like they just got structure, man, and they don't give up much. They get.
I would say that they score more than New York.
Yeah, probably.
They seem like they've got a better power play percentage or something like.
Yeah, their power play is good, man.
Olofsson, it's
really
Olofsson.
Well.
He's just ripping shots this year.
Yeah.
He's got a sick shot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now your question.
Arizona. When does Phil get traded? And do you think he gets traded? And if so, where to?
Oh, geez. Yes, he gets traded. He's probably going to be like number 2 or number 3 on the trade bait list when Trade Center rolls around.
Yep.
I think it would be really cool if he goes back to Pittsburgh.
Do they have the cap for him?
I know I'm not talking about cap because you can retain salaries. Arizona's going to take the salary in regardless.
Anytime you talk about fucking Tampa Bay anyway, the first question should be, are they going to put Kucherov on IR until playoffs anyway? So they could fill that spot in pretty easily and just keep Kuch out again.
Yeah, I could see him going to a team like Pittsburgh or maybe even a team like, we're talking about Arizona retaining cap because nobody's going to take Phil Kessel as it is anyways. And Arizona's got so much room. Not talking about cap, I think I could see him go to 2 teams he's already been on, Boston or Pittsburgh.
Yeah. I think Boston's
even though Boston needs a center. They need a center, but I know, but I think that he'd just be a good fit there.
Yeah.
He'd be a lot of
I can't see him going to Boston. I could definitely see him going to Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm. And the thing off the top of my head, like of NHL teams who would really want that scoring winger, I can't see anybody trading. Yeah, but I can't see a team who's not in the playoffs trading for him. So it's got to be a
trade value.
Maybe like Washington. Washington, maybe.
Don't need them. They got Mantha now.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a team like maybe Calgary makes a move, but then again they got wingers.
Goudreau.
Yeah,
they've got Mangiapane's doing good this year.
Yeah, Mangiapane's on fire.
I think they're all right.
I don't
What's
know.
the trade value on Phil? Do you think
Not
it's a
much.
first rounder?
No, I don't think so. I think it's
Do you think
probably
it's a second rounder
second
and
rounder.
maybe B prospect?
I think it's a second rounder and a shittier level prospect, not like amazing. Maybe
No.
like guy was 3rd or 4th round pick a few years ago, something like that. Maybe if now I know this sounds kind of a little bit far fetched.
Oh my god! I heard the first 2 syllables of that. And I know
Seattle.
exactly where this is
Maybe
going.
Seattle.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say trade fucking Matthews or something. Put him back in Arizona.
No, man. I'm talking
I
about
thought you
Seattle.
said
Maybe
not
Seattle
like
makes a
that.
move. I know Seattle
Yeah.
needs center depth too, but
Yeah, they
They're-
need center depth, man. They already got Eberle. Brandon Tanev's playing good this year.
it's just like what team wants like I look at the teams here. I'm looking at them now, and it's like they all need centers. They don't need wingers.
Well, I got a book here of all the rosters. Let's flip through real quick, see who needs them. Actually, let's not do that because that's going to take an hour. Hit me with your next question. We're spending too long. These are supposed to be lightning questions.
Okay,
We're here
well, anyways,
flipping through roster
Pittsburgh. I got
books.
Pittsburgh or Boston. That's my answer for you.
I can
Regardless.
see Pittsburgh for sure.
My question it's about the Detroit Red Wings.
Nice.
I'm gonna ask you: is Raymond the best rookie in the league this year?
100%.
Honestly,
100%, man. Who's better than him right now? Right now, no one. Overall skill, I'd say only Caulfield's better goal scorer. I didn't know how good he was. Honestly, we drafted him at 4, and I was kind of wanting Zegras, but now I'm happy he's a clam.
I think he's the
I
best
couldn't have
rookie.
been happier with that pick. He's the best rookie in the league right now. I mean, name another rookie that got a hat trick so far. I mean, it was against Chicago, so I don't know if that takes away from.
Don't be bragging about that. There is no rookie as good as him.
I don't think so either. The
He
only
plays
rookie I mean, Moat Sider is already Detroit's best defenseman.
You know who he plays like to me?
Who?
I've watched one Detroit game this year, and I watched him, and he was kind of shifty with the puck a little bit, and he had a nice little quick shot. He kind of plays like Kucherov.
Oh, yes,
honestly.
boy. Holy
Yes, he
fuck,
do,
what a weird-
man.
I thought you were gonna compare him to another defenseman.
No, I'm talking about Raymond.
Oh, Raymond. Yeah.
Yeah, Raymond kind of plays like Kucherov, man. Is that a fair comparison? He's shifty with the puck, and he's still got a good shot, and he can pass it well. He kind of does a bit of everything.
Yeah,
Do you think
he's
that's
got
a fair
a better
comparison?
shot than I thought, and his passing is unreal. Just like he can always find a passing lane.
Exactly.
Doesn't
That's
matter
like
if there's 4
Kucherov.
people there. Kucherov is great on the power play, getting it like across the ice.
And that's what Raymond's like too.
He is.
I
Yeah,
think
he always finds that pass.
he reminds me of Nikita Kucherov.
That's a fair comparison. Yeah, I think he's a bit taller than Kucherov, and I think he plays more physical game. I
Yeah.
mean, actually, I don't know. I kind of take that back because Kucherov is pretty famous for hitting people from behind in the playoffs and gets suspended. So probably doesn't play bigger than him.
The Nazem Kadri special, I like to call it.
Yeah. My God. Yeah. I for my money, Lucas Raymond is the best rookie.
I
Answer
think
your
you're
question.
right, buddy.
Yeah, I'm happy you asked me that. That kind of fires me up. Thank you.
No worries.
I'll ask you a question about Calgary if you're all right with that.
Yes, sir.
What do they need to be a consistent playoff team, or what do they need to add? Do they need to add Phil Kessel?
Jack Eichel. I think they need. I
They lost
don't know
their
if they
number 1
need.
defenseman, and they lost their captain. So that was a big cornerstone, no doubt.
I think they need good depth. Honestly, I think I've talked shit on Monahan. I've talked shit on Gaudreau, but the reality of that situation is you're not going to trade those players out and get good enough value back, especially
Exactly.
at this time of the year. So I think
Yeah.
they just need good depth, and that'll be able to get them on a good playoff run. Maybe, like I said, Phil Kessel. I mean, I know they got a lot of depth, but if you can get a guy for a 2nd round pick and you think you're going to go on a good playoff run, why not? It's
Yeah.
worth the risk. And if his deal's expiring, you don't have to worry about the cap beyond that year. So that's why I would say, like, if I was Calgary and they're still playing good, trade deadline rolls around, just give up the pick, man. Like, it's not the end of the world. You got Connor Zary and you got other guys coming up. So give up a
Yeah.
nice pick. And
They definitely need. It really drops off after that second line.
yeah.
I mean,
So
they
if
got.
they had Phil Kessel there, man, Phil Kessel, like, on a line with.
I don't know where you'd have
who's
to put him.
centers?
You'd have to play him second line with Monahan because you're not breaking up that top line. That top line is money this year.
Yeah. Well, I think just
Mangiapane's
depth-
playing good too. See, that's
I think they need depth to win.
Yeah.
I don't think they need to bring in a star player because they don't need it now because they got a lot of money spent on a lot of guys there. It seems like.
I'll tell you what, it looks like they found their goalie. Jacob Markstrom's playing really good this year.
I don't think they need to worry about goaltending either.
No,
they got,
I
who's
think
their
either
backup?
depth or blue line maybe.
I don't even know who their backup is, man. Oh, it's a Vladar.
Yeah.
From
Yeah,
Boston.
Vladar.
Yeah, he's decent enough. I don't know if he's really. I wouldn't want Markstrom to get injured or anything, but
No, man, me neither. He's playing great. So,
I think they.
and I got him in
defenseman.
fantasy too, so I really don't want him to get injured.
I think they pick up a defenseman and a forward at the deadline and trade away a couple of picks.
Yeah, I think so too. I think the first round pick is untouchable just because like they don't need
they don't need
a player that they're gonna get with the first round pick. I think they definitely moved their second or third though.
Yeah, I see Phil Kessel going there. Maybe a nice defenseman.
Yeah.
That's my answer to your question, anyways, buddy.
Nice. All right. So scoring depth and a defenseman. I was thinking the same thing. I was more leaning towards defenseman, but definitely depth too on the forward core.
Depth everywhere. Anyways, we'll move on.
Yeah.
My question to you is the New York Rangers, and I am asking: is Lafreniere and Kako? I phrased that wrong. Are Lafreniere and Kako going to have another poor year, or are they going to step up to be the actual, where they were drafted, like up to that potential? What do you think?
I think Kako has one more bad year. I think Laff ends it right now, though. I think Laff is starting to turn it on. If you just watch like him playing, you can see why he was so effective in juniors because this guy's always wide open. Like he's always looking and waiting for a pass. I just don't think he's gotten good enough bounces, but he will. He'll turn it on this year. I think Kako has one bad year. I don't know.
Kako's not in the lineup right now, so
yeah, Kako's not quick enough or something. Like he's not quick enough to be effective. He has to, I don't know, work on his skating and be more of a powerful skater or something. Like
he's on the lineup now, so I think it's hard for us to judge how he's going to do this year when he hasn't really played. But we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, exactly. And he's injured too, so I don't know.
They changed the coach, so I'm kind of thinking that a reason for that was like these young guys aren't scoring. So,
well, Laff is getting plenty of time on the power play and second line.
Yeah.
So he's definitely getting his reps. He's just not getting good bounces, and he's not.
He's starting to get a few points though. He's getting a few.
He is, yeah. He scored a backdoor tap in the other night. No, I think Laff turns it on this year. I think Kako just because.
How many points Lafreniere get?
I think he gets 45.
Yeah, I think he's around the 40-something area. I think Kako
points.
Depends how many games he missed. I think Kako can be around the
Kako's
30
probably going to be back at the end of November, early December. He's only
I think he could
he
be
was only
around
out 2 months, I think.
I think he can be around the 30 to 40 point range as well, man. Because I mean, he's got all the talent.
Yeah. See, I don't think he gets. I don't know. I don't think he gets the reps that Laff does. I think he gets outshined by Laff. I mean, you put Laff there, and it's like first round Canadian kid, and then you put like fucking Kako there, and he's like, oh, second overall Finnish kid. Ugh, fuck that. We got first overall Canadian boy here. So I don't know. I think he gets outshined a bit.
Yeah, you're right.
Do you think they have another poor year, or you already said? Do you think 30 or 40 points?
I think they're 2 or 3 years away from being really, really good hockey players. Both of them.
Yeah,
I think Lafreniere's ahead of Kako though.
Yeah, I think Laff. I don't know. Just gets first line. Do you think they play on the same line in the future?
That'd be cool. Line? That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
But we'll wait and see, I guess.
Yeah. Do you mind if I ask you a question with Chicago?
Go ahead, man. What else can you ask about this fucking shithole?
Probably the only thing we haven't touched on, and that is, does Flower ever turn it on this year, or do you think this might be his last year?
I think he doesn't turn it on. I think he probably has a really bad year. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't want him to because I love him. I think he has a really bad year, and I think he signs somewhere else in the offseason.
What if he signs with Pittsburgh?
I think he signs with Pittsburgh, man.
I'm telling you. Do they take? He's making what? He's making 8 or 9 million a year.
7. His contract's up this year, though.
Okay, yeah.
So he's going to free agency. He's going to choose where he wants to go.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, 100%.
I got a feeling he go to Pittsburgh for like $2 million.
That's his home, man. He spent most of his career there, so wouldn't surprise me.
I'm betting that he has a really bad year. Unfortunately, I don't want to bet that because I like him. I
Yeah.
think he's one of the best, but I think he's in Chicago. There's kind of no hope. He's letting in 4 or 5 goals every night, and it's not his fault. Defense.
He's got no defense there.
Yeah. So I think he's signed somewhere else next year. To answer your question.
That was my question. Do you think he turns it on now? Or you already said that? Sorry.
No.
All right.
I don't.
Yeah. All right. I forgot you answered my question. You can ask me one now.
Carolina.
Yep.
Is Freddie Anderson the biggest steal in free agency this year?
I'm trying to think of who else was in free agency.
Seth Jones. No, he was traded.
No, he's traded.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yep. What's his deal like?
I think it's around 4 mil, 4.5.
Oh my God, he's playing like a $9 million goalie right now. I don't think he's
Yeah.
lost. I don't think he's lost a game. He hasn't because Carolina
No,
hasn't
he's
lost a game.
7-0.
Oh man, he's playing unreal.
He's got like a
he
930
definitely
save
is.
percentage.
Yeah, I think he definitely is, man. I don't know what happened in Toronto to make him kind of lose that.
Injuries, man. He was injured all last year.
Yeah, fuck.
And when he was playing injured.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's right.
I think the Leafs just were like, man, like he never had a good year. He's injured. We just kind of want to move on and get somebody who's like not gonna be injury prone because he was a
Picks
bit
up
injury prone the
Mrazek
last
injured
years.
first game.
Yeah, that's just shitty luck, man.
Oh my God. But I don't know. Mrazek was injury prone anyway. He was out like all last year with a broken pinky or something.
So that doesn't really make sense to me that they got an injury prone goalie. They'd let him leave and then they picked up another injury prone goalie. So I don't know.
It's Toronto, man. It's Toronto.
Sorry, Campbell's the guy, anyways.
Yeah, it looks like it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I think he definitely was the biggest steal just because nobody else comes to mind right now that was even close to performing like he is right now. I think he's the best goalie in the league right now. You can't argue with his win percentage. It's 100%.
Yeah, he's the best goalie in the league right now. There's no doubt because he hasn't lost a fucking game. You can't. Overall in the league, I wouldn't say he's the best goalie, but as of right now in this second, he's playing like the best goalie.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, apparently not. Sorokin won fucking player of the week over him, but
yeah, fuck Sorokin. I'll get Varlamov in there for the hockey pool.
Yeah, for the fantasy, that'd be good on points for fantasy for sure. Colorado. Does McKinnon finally get more than 100 points in his career? The closest time he's been, he got 99.
99,
I think 2019 he got 99. Does he finally get over 100 or no?
No, I don't think so. Unfortunately, I think he hovers around the 90 points, 95 points, 96. He missed a few games already.
Yeah,
he's above point. He's above point per game. He's going to be every year, but I think I don't know. I think he's just a 90-point player, and I think he's the second best player in the league. I do.
I think he is too.
But I don't think. I think Draisaitl puts up more points, and I think Draisaitl puts up more points because he's on the same team as McDavid. Not saying that Draisaitl can't carry it. Let's be honest. If McDavid wasn't there, I see Draisaitl point totals wouldn't be as high.
He's the Malkin. He's the Malkin version of this era.
Listen. If Draisaitl played in Dallas or let's say somewhere else where there was no McDavid, he's not getting 115, 120 points a year. He's not, man. I'm telling you, he's getting 80 or 90 points.
Yeah, that's a fair statement, honestly. Yeah.
I think Draisaitl will get more points.
Any play that he gets a point on, McDavid's usually involved as well.
I think if he was on any other team, he'd be more like McKinnon point totals, which is like 90, close to 100. But I think McKinnon's a better player than Draisaitl, honestly, because he runs.
I think he's a better individual player too, but
yeah.
That's
fine.
Yeah,
I don't think he breaks 100 points. What did I say? I said Pittsburgh. Is Mike Sullivan a top 5 coach in the league? That's
number
pretty much
one.
my question.
Number one
coach in the league.
Number one coach in the league. Imagine coaching a team that doesn't have Crosby, Malkin, Letang, or Gensel.
And he's done it for several years in a row.
Yeah, he's done it with or without good players, man. Number one for me. And he's brought this team way farther than they should have been right now.
Yeah.
With the players, and he knows how to utilize like we were talking about earlier, just like rookie players that are just coming into the league. He knows how to make them good players.
I think he's the second best coach in the league.
Who's first?
Trotz from New York.
Oh yeah, fair enough. And John Cooper's got to be up there too. But
He's
I guess John
probably
Cooper's coaching a lot of skill over there.
yeah. So I feel like
Yeah, no.
Trotz can work with anything. That's why, and that's kind of like Mike Sullivan. They're both kind of they can work with whatever. They can
Yeah.
put a good team on ice no matter how many skilled players I have. So that's why I think Trotz is first, and I think Mike Sullivan's probably second.
Yeah.
That's my
No, you're right. I forgot about Trotz there for a second because what he did for New York, was
yeah, but I mean
garbage.
that's a good pick, man. I was gonna argue with you if you said Mike Sullivan's the best.
Yeah, it's close. I'd say it's like 1A, 1B, or somewhere something like that. Like
yeah, they're really good coaches regardless.
for sure. I got a question about Dallas. Which goalie do you think they move on from? Because there's no way they got to stay with. They got 4 starters. They got well, not 4 starters, but 4 really good goalies in Ottinger, Hudobin, Bishop, and Holtby. Which one do you think they move on from? I think they keep 3 of them, but I think one has to go.
I think they want to move on from Hudobin, honestly.
Oh yeah, I think so. Well, it's just an age thing. I think he's still a good backup goalie though, and he still brings a lot of experience.
But
For like Ottinger.
Bishop's always injured. Like what? I don't know. Bishop's doesn't really provide much at this point in his career either.
No,
as far as I'm concerned. So I think they want to get rid of 2 of them, Bishop and Hudobin, and I think they want to go with Holtby and Ottinger.
Yeah, I didn't think Holtby was going to be as good as he is this year.
He's playing well.
Yeah, I guess it was just Vancouver kind of bringing him down because last year he had a terrible season.
Sometimes you don't fit with certain teams, just the way it goes, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, for sure. I don't think they move on from Ottinger because that's their future goalie.
I think he should be in the net now more. I think they're just like going a little bit slow with his development for some reason.
They can't. They got fucking 4 goalies, man.
Exactly. I think.
I guess Bishop's not playing. Bishop must be living life, dude. He's probably out there drinking fucking mimosas every day and fucking walking around Dallas, being like getting paid all this money. Nobody knows.
I don't remember the last time
follows hockey in Dallas.
I don't remember the last time I've seen like Ben Bishop like suit up for an NHL game.
Dude, it was in LA.
No, he played in Dallas, man.
I never watched him in Dallas.
Yeah, he played like a
time I ever watched him in Dallas. I watched him in LA. Or no, I don't even think I did. He was only there for a week.
Yeah, he was the goalie. He brought Tampa to the finals like 2015 or something.
2015. Yeah, it was the year before Vass came in.
Yeah, times change.
What's your next team there, buddy?
I like that quote. I said, "Times change."
Times change.
Yes, sir. What'd you say?
What's your next question?
Washington.
All right.
Does Ovechkin reclaim the Rocket this year?
60 goals. 60 for Ovi. He's red hot right now. He's got 9 goals in 5 games. Nobody can touch this guy when it comes to scoring. Maybe like Mangiapane or something. But
no. He's the best goal scorer. Yeah.
Yeah. Right now for this year, I mean, I don't know. I thought Matthews was going to come out of the gate hot, but he's taking a slow start to the season, and I think that hurts him in his chances to get in the Rocket because you got to get the goals now when teams because it's going to be hard to get them at the end of the year. You're not going to be getting as many goals unless yours has been a Jad in like April.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Ovi definitely gets the Rocket this year.
Yeah, I think so.
He's my front runner for sure, and I think everybody else is too.
Yeah, definitely.
I got a question about Edmonton. How far do you think they realistically go in the playoffs this year?
I think they go like I can see them making the conference finals.
Really?
McDavid, man. Just McDavid. Simple. Yeah. I can answer your question with one fucking word. McDavid. That's one word.
That's
right?
2. No,
that's 2 words.
That's a good point. And I think that's everybody else's point. But do you think McDavid gets burnt out this year? Having to drag his team through the regular season and then drag them through playoffs too?
I don't think he does because I think they got a lot of good depth there. I know a lot of it's older players and everything, but like Warren Fogel's fitting in really good. And then they got Derek Ryan, wins a lot of faceoffs, and Zach Hyman like just plays that type of game where like he shows up every night. So
yeah. And Mike Smith is injured right now, but when he wasn't, he was playing good. And Koskinen isn't actually playing like a total shitbag. either.
I don't.
So.
Yeah, he's playing decent, but I don't like Koskinen. I think
I don't either. He's a little bit overpaid. Actually, a lot overpaid, man. He should be getting paid like $2 million a year, and he's getting
I
4.
feel like if they had a tandem in Edmonton, it would be like a solid tandem of like a younger goalie, someone in their like mid-20s would look a lot better. But I
Yeah.
think I can see him having a good year, especially after last year and what happened.
Yeah, I think McDavid and Draisaitl just gets burnt out. Like McDavid's probably going to score 150 points this year.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's he's unreal. And
Yeah.
like I don't know, his way of just like it seems like he could just score at will. Like any play, like it looks like he could just go through everyone. I love watching Edmonton play. And like I'd almost go on my phone every time like McDavid's not on the ice, and then when McDavid's on the ice, I'd look up.
Yeah, you get to watch.
Yeah,
Everybody watches when McDavid's on the ice.
Yeah. Yeah. So you think conference final? I think first round.
No,
I think
man.
there's a certain level of burnout. I think they gotta. I don't know.
I think they're gonna. It's inevitable that McDavid wins a cup.
Yeah, he's too good not to. Even Gretzky said that.
I think he wins one in the next 2 to 3 years, regardless.
I like to see it. Yeah.
You can't stop players like that from winning the cup. It just doesn't
Yeah.
happen. Lemieux got his cup. Gretzky got his cup. Crosby got his cup. Ovechkin got his cup. McDavid's gonna get his cup. They
Yeah,
all do when they're that good.
for sure.
Yep. Mariner's gonna get his cup.
Oh.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
We'll see.
He's not on the same level. We know that. Spezza's gonna get his cup more likely. He's like,
Does
it's like
Jumbo
this-
Joe get his cup with Florida?
I hope so.
I hope so too, man.
God, I hope
I'd like
Marlowe
to see them
signs
bring
in
in
Florida.
Marlowe too.
Yes, I hope Marlowe signs for $700K in Florida and trade deadline. Put him on the fourth line.
Yeah.
Really good.
Imagine him and Joe. Imagine the plays they'd make passing around.
Yeah, imagine the plays they'd make if it was 2008. Anyway,
What's the next question?
I got the Islanders here.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, can the Islanders have another good year in the playoffs, or is this the year where they kind of miss out on a nice run and get knocked out in the first round?
I'd say series cup contenders, man.
Yeah.
They unlike what I was saying about Edmonton, like there is no player that gets burned out in New York because they don't play a high flying game. It's just a structured, easy game. And I don't know, like Lou brings in pieces to that fit that make them work, and Trotz just puts the players on the ice where it gives them the best percentage to win the game. So I don't know. I think they're series cup contenders. I'd say conference final, if not even Stanley Cup final. I'd say they're right up there in the odds with Tampa Bay or Chicago or Carolina.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
Well, how far do you think they get?
I think they have just one of those years where they kind of just don't. Every good team has one of those years. First round.
Tampa had it against Columbus.
Every good team. So I can't see them. I don't think they have enough to win the cup, honestly.
Well, you say that and you say, oh, they don't have a superstar. Well, they got Barzell, but he's not coached like you'd coach a superstar. He's coached just like an average Joe. So that's why I guess they don't stand out.
I don't know, man. It's just something about New York Islanders. I just don't look when I think about cup contending. I think they're a cup contender, but I just don't think they're going to win a cup.
Yeah, usually every team has like 3 things. They have a 1 and 2 punch down the middle. I mean, they got Barzell, and I can't even name their other center.
Peugeot.
Like their second. Who?
Peugeot, isn't it?
Peugeot's their second liner.
Or is it
center?
like Brock Nelson? Is either Brock
Oh yeah, it
Nelson
could be
or
Brock
Peugeot.
Nelson. Well, yeah, every team usually has a 1 and 2 punch down the middle. They usually have a cornerstone like superstar defenseman, and they got a number 1 goalie. New York Islanders have a tandem situation like 50.
They're not built like that. They're built different.
Yeah, they are,
different.
and they don't have a superstar goalie, and they don't have a rock solid 1 and 2 punch. So
they got a really good top pairing though, Pollock and Pelech. It's one of the best defense pairings in the league though. As a
I'd
unit,
say it's definitely up there, but it's not like one is a superstar and the other one is like above average.
It's
kinda
as
like
a
they're
unit,
both just above average. As a unit, like I said, I don't really watch New York Islanders games, so I've never even seen these two play. I've just heard how good they are, but they don't show it on the score sheet, eh? It must just be like they bring in tangibles that
they just play really good in their own zone, man.
Fair enough. Yeah, so no, I definitely think they're cup contenders this year.
Okay. That's fair.
Los Angeles is Kopitar's offensive production solely due to the addition of Danault, taking some pressure off of him defensively.
No, I don't think so.
What is the sole or the key to Kopitar's offensive production this year then?
I think that's Kopitar. I think he's just one of the best players in the league.
Yeah,
He's
I
solid,
guess,
man. He's
but
probably he's a top 20 player in the league.
I think it does play a role. You know, Kopitar used to have to play like PK because he was always like so good defensively. He was always like relied on in any 5-on-5 defensive situation for like in his own zone must-win faceoffs and stuff. And I think that's taken off.
You're right. You're right. He doesn't have
that just gives him
he
a
doesn't
lot
have the
more, I don't know, energy to make offensive plays this year.
Yeah, he's not relied on to do everything as much anymore, I guess. But from a skill standpoint, I think he's just.
Oh yeah, obviously, like.
But obviously, it helps when he doesn't have to go on every penalty kill and stuff. So yeah, you know, you're making a good point. I'm gonna.
Yeah, that was kind of the thing of my question because I heard it on Elliot Friedman's podcast, 31 Thoughts, or I guess 32 Thoughts now, and it kind of like sparked my interest in it. I was like, I didn't think about that before. How important Danault's role is in LA. Until
you know,
said that.
When you say it like that, yeah, the way you phrased it then when we discussed it,
and that's how Elliot phrased it too, and it blew my mind how I never thought about it, and how that kind of went so under the radar in this year's off season.
Yeah, that definitely plays a factor into his production though. When you think about it, you know, just takes a few minutes off him when the defensive zone.
Gives him a bit more energy, frees him up for more.
Yeah,
I don't know, offensive.
Yeah, you're right. And I got a question for you now about Boston.
All right, let's hear it.
If the top line is shut down in Boston, can they still win a playoff series?
I'm gonna say no. I don't think Hall is good enough to drive that second line. As good as Hall is, and he is really good, I don't think they need one more piece. They need a centerman for that second line that actually be driven. I think their depth is all right.
The guy I was thinking is like David Krejci, man. He'd probably fit in really well there.
Oh yeah, I never thought about that before, man. Jeez.
Yeah, too bad he's in like Czech Republic.
Yeah, he's playing with friggin', I don't know, Jaromír Jágr's kids or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think they are, man. They rely on that first line way too heavily for them to go farther in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think they miss a couple of depth pieces, but it is what it is.
They need a second line center, and they need honestly, that's it. I think their depth is all right. A lot of their players go under the radar just because they're defensively minded on their forward core. You don't see them on the score sheet, so they don't come up much.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they have a rock solid squad there, but they do rely too much on the top line. They need
they do too.
Second line center to help drive offense with Hall.
Well,
do you think Malkin maybe is if you're saying he is a trading piece? Do you think he might go there in the
maybe that would work?
Yeah, man, for sure. He's used to being a second line center.
Yeah, that would work. I think that'd be a really good fit, actually. Bring Malkin and Kessel to Boston.
Oh my God, what a squad you'd have! What a second line you'd have! Hall, Malkin, and Phil. Holy shit,
that'd be insane. That'd be insane if it was 2014.
Yeah, and if Malkin wasn't a piece of glass this year.
Yeah. Anyways, what's your question, buddy?
My question for you is Minnesota. Now, I wouldn't bring this question to anyone, but since you're a fan, I want to ask you who you think gets more points this year? Greenway, Fiala, or Zuccarello?
Zuccarello.
Yeah, this was wrote a while ago before he started popping off on that top line. Who do you think gets more points out of Greenway and Fiala?
Geez, that's a hard one because I feel like they're pretty.
I thought Fiala was going to do a lot better this year.
Fiala had that one good year in Minnesota where everybody really talked about him a lot.
Yeah.
I think he's a solid player. I don't see him as a top line player. He's a good second line piece.
I always did. See, I thought he was going to be a superstar in Nashville.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't see it. He's more of a second line winger, kind of like a Jaden Schwartz, somebody like that. Just pretty much really good second line winger, full
Good
career.
comparison. I like that.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think Greenway has the potential to score more points. Honestly,
Greenway's just a
he's a
big
power
body.
forward. Power forward.
Yeah, he's power forward.
Yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna say Zuccarello first. I'm gonna say Greenway second. I'm gonna say Fiala third.
Nice. And that's my
Answer
question.
the question.
I
Yeah,
would
thank you.
put Fiala above Greenway, but I'd still have Zook at 1.
Mm-hmm.
Norwegian Prince.
Yes, sir. Anyways, I got a Devils question for you.
All right.
Does Mercer stay in the lineup for 82 games, despite like if there was an injury? Like if there's no injuries, does he stay in the lineup?
I think so. For
Yeah,
sure.
me too.
The Devils organization are giving him a lot of praise this year, saying we didn't know how good this kid really was.
Yeah.
I mean, he definitely stays around, and I think he's got a guaranteed role on the middle six now for pretty much his career. I don't think anybody bumps him out because you said he's playing power play.
I think he's got a guaranteed role in the top 6 if he keeps it up for the year.
I don't know. I'd put a middle 6. I'd say 2 or 3. I don't
He's
think
that good, man. He's that good, man. People underestimate this guy. I feel like everybody from Newfoundland's a bit humble with him and underestimates his potential. But man, he's just as good as fucking Newhook. It's simple as that. I didn't think he was at first, but I've been watching him and he's such a fast skater, man. I think he's a complimentary player in the top 6, sort of like a Zach Hyman in a sense. I don't know if he has this drive, like. Because Zach Hyman is just one of those unique players where he just shows up every night. But I think he's a complimentary player to a top 2 center his full career.
Yeah, for sure. I don't see how you can take him out right now. He's playing lights out for a rookie. I mean, like coming in your rookie season, like he had no expectations. Like he was like a top 5 pick. Like he didn't have big expectations. I think he met or exceeded everyone's expectations.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm gonna hit you with a Nashville question. If they miss the playoffs, do they tear it all down, or do they keep trying to make this team a winner?
I hope they tear it down. David Poyle needs to just check himself into a retirement home. He's been in Nashville for like 20 plus years. I mean, mostly what he does is sign pretty mediocre contracts that don't turn out well. And he had like a couple good years there, but other than that, Nashville's kind of just been on the fence. I think they need new management. I think they need new players. I don't think they're going to win with this middle of the road team with overpaid centers.
Yeah, it doesn't happen often.
Feel the same way.
Montreal last year was kind of an anomaly where they weren't expected to do anything and they went right to the Cup finals. I mean, that doesn't happen too often. So
yeah, and Everson's gone to LA and they got Cody Glass back in that 3-way deal, and he's in the minors. So
really,
yeah,
give this man a shot, man. Cody Glass is sick.
Yeah,
I think by the end of his career, he'll end up in Chicago. He played for the Portland Winterhawks, and they're kind of like a ripoff of Chicago's like uniform and stuff. So I don't know. I can only see him in like those colors for some reason now.
Maybe when he puts jersey back on like that, he'll feel at home and he'll start scoring, pretending he's in juniors again.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, I think they do need to fix it all. I don't think they're going to win. Well, they might not, but like they just need to realize that they're not going to win Stanley Cup with what they got. Yeah,
the problem is Yossi is in his prime right now. Yossi is a Norris candidate this year too. He's on fire this year.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
He scored like 4 points in one game. He got 2 goals and 2 apples in one game.
You know, there's issues when your defenseman's your leading scorer every year. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Fucking, you're Nashville when your defenseman is also your best forward.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't see how they can keep trying to make this a playoff team. They got 2 bad contracts in Duchesne and Johansson. And I don't know. Those are unmovable contracts. I don't know why they took on that contract from Ottawa.
Mm-hmm. I think
rough contract, man. I guess they seen something in Duchesne that wasn't there, or he had something and lost it. But it's officially not a slump anymore. I don't know.
Oh, he's not a good player anymore, like he was Duchesne.
I thought
he was on the Olympic team in Sochi, but he's nowhere near that now.
Yeah, man, he was unreal back in the day, like in Chicago or Jesus, Colorado.
Yeah.
Like when McKinnon was just starting to come on the scene, like 2013, 2014.
Mhm.
I don't know. Duchesne was sick, but
He's
yeah, he
nowhere
kind of
near
lost
that
it.
player now.
Well, he got paid, so that's good.
Yeah, who gives a fuck? You get a Range Rover.
Do you got a question?
I do, man. I'm at Columbus now.
Yeah.
Should they focus on rebuilding or winning because they're in a weird spot?
Yeah. They
Seems like they win
definitely,
games, but they like half rebuild.
yeah, they definitely should focus on a rebuild. They should build a team to win when Boquist is in his prime now. When you got Boquist coming up, when he's in his prime, Werenski will probably be 28, so he's still be in his prime then.
Mhm.
I'm just trying to think of forwards, and they got Kent Johnson, Cole Sillinger coming in.
Mhm.
I don't know. They definitely need more offensive production in Columbus. So I think their defense is fine. I mean, I don't see any problems back there except losing Seth Jones, but he wasn't really much of a defenseman. He was just like a point producer kind of thing and just a big body back there. I don't know.
Mhm.
I think their defense is all right for the spot they're in, but they definitely need to add a piece. A small piece, just like a solid like six and seven defensemen maybe for injuries, and they need to add like more in the top lines of their forwards. I think their depth is fine though.
I think they just got to draft and just wait. Honestly, I don't.
Yeah. I kind of
Don't sign
rambled.
anybody.
You pretty much just fucking summed it up then. Yeah,
Summed it
I
up in 3
definitely.
words.
Yeah, you should definitely take their GM, slap him a couple times, and say, "Fucking stay out of free agency, buddy.
Yeah,
Fucking stay out of it.
stay out of it. Yeah.
You're not that guy, pal. You're
2 or
fucking
3
not
years
that
of
guy."
draft and then sign somebody.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. They
Nice.
definitely need a couple years just to slow down, take the time, and just think about the long run here.
Yeah, good answer.
Thank you, sir. Good question. All right, on to San Jose. Is this team a playoff team? Do you think? And or do you think? And do they bring back Merlot if so, or Marlowe if they are? That was kind of a weird question. I need to say that again. I feel like, is this team a playoff team, and do they bring back Marlowe if they are?
I don't think they're a playoff team.
Playing some good now though.
You know what? I think they're a wild card team. I think that's a better way to put it.
Yeah.
I think that if they do make it, it'll be in the wild card, and I think if they do make it, they're going to probably lose in the first or second round. I feel like
Yeah.
San Jose is the type of team that could probably make it to the second round just because of the experience and whatnot. But I feel like it's just a second round exit. They're not. They don't have it to win the cup. And I don't think they're going to sign Merrill. Honestly, I think they're in a different direction. They're moved on from him. So I think if they do make it in the wild card, they could go to the second round. But you never know.
Yeah, I think they are a playoff team just because the weak division. It's only Edmonton and geez, who else is in top of that
division?
Fuck, is it Vegas? No. Why am I so bad? It's Vegas and Edmonton, Vancouver, Calgary, Seattle, Anaheim, Los Angeles, and San Jose.
See, I think
that's
Seattle
not
makes it over San Jose.
I don't think Seattle makes it. I think San
I
Jose
don't look.
makes it over
I
Seattle.
don't look into the first 10 games to the season too much.
That's
I don't
fair.
let that dictate the rest of the season for me.
Yeah, it's good thing you're a Leafs fan.
Yeah, boy.
That's a good attribute for a Leafs fan. I meant to say.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't look too much into the first 10 games of the season.
Jokes. I'm kidding. Toronto's gonna turn it around. Speaking of Toronto, do you got a Toronto question since we're on the topic?
I do. We're not there yet.
Okay.
I got them wrote in order. I don't want to mess it up and lose track
that's fair.
too.
Yeah.
My question for you next is Philadelphia.
Okay.
Are the Flyers good enough to actually make a run, or are they just fucking mediocre?
Not in this division. I think they have to wait for Pittsburgh and Washington to drop off until they actually make a decent stab at a cup run. They're not making the playoffs. If Pittsburgh and Washington keeps playing as good as they are, they can't. It's impossible because there's teams like Islanders and Canes too that got to get in. I don't see this is the toughest division in hockey right now. and I can't see Philadelphia breaking in. They're only playing mediocre right now. They're not playing like unbelievable.
No, I think Philadelphia is just going to be a middle of the pack team for pretty much
They
a
got
long
they
ass
got to
time.
be until some of these teams drop off.
Till Crosby
can't-
and Ovechkin and everybody's done.
Exactly. They're not going to be able to break through.
Mhm. Yeah,
And
you're right.
beat out those teams.
Yeah, you're right, man. Good answer.
Thanks. Good question. 2 good questions in a row. Jesus, look at us.
Yes, sir.
I got a Seattle question.
Okay.
If they aren't a playoff team, come trade deadline, who do they sell? Do they sell anyone?
Definitely not the goalies.
No, I think they got the
Um,
right tandem there.
For defense, who do they? I don't think they sell much of anything. I feel like they brought guys in who signed deals who want to be there. I feel like if they trade somebody, it's going to be somebody like a Donskoy or somebody like that. Somebody who's not going to fit you a whole pile of goods.
Yeah.
I can't see them trading off guys like Schwartz and Everlay. I mean, that's their identity. If they don't make it, I think they're just going to draft and they're just going to take it slow. I can't see them being big sellers because of just coming into it.
I got 2 names to throw at you. The first one is Giordano. I know he's their captain, but he's old. He's getting older, and he's still a good defenseman. And I mean, what does Seattle gain by keeping them there if they're not a playoff team? And they can get a lot of value for defensemen. We know how valuable defensemen are in this day and age. So do you think they might move him?
I think it's a good thought, but I think it's a 0% chance.
Yeah.
I think
they
he's
just
part of
named
their
him
identity
captain,
now.
and that's kind of the cornerstone. But he is getting up there in age.
It's a good idea, but it's just
I
not.
I think they might just because I can't see
Yeah.
them gaining anything from keeping him there.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but if you do that, you give a guy a C, you don't trade him off like 50 games later. I think they're they're at a long-term goal and they just want to be competitive in the meantime. So I can't see them doing that. I think that'd be a bad look from. I think that'd be a bad reputation.
Yeah, I think, and that's the thing too, the reputation. It's like, what message does that send to the players?
They're not going to want to sign in free agency if they know they just traded a captain 50 games after he was named it. So,
yeah. And another name I got is Brandon Tanev. Do you think they trade him?
Oh, fuck.
He's a good playoff player, and he's got grit and he's got skill.
He's scoring. He got like 6 or 7 goals this year.
Got 6. I don't know how many he scored last year, but I tell you, he didn't score 6.
It's a good idea because he's probably not going to score like that consistently after this year. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I think he's just got great trade value right now. So if he keeps this up, I mean, it's impossible to keep this pace, but
my answer is no, because again, it's their identity now. I don't think they're a team that's going to just sell everybody for a couple of picks. I don't think they're that team.
I hope not, because that's no way to build a franchise, man.
No.
You can't do that. Sweet, good answer. What's your next question?
3-peat.
Yep. Okay. I think they do. I think
good answer.
They got rid of their 4th line and Gord, but I mean, it doesn't look like it made a huge difference. They kind of replaced it with guys like Perry and who else did they bring in? They brought in
Boris Kachuk is playing. He's a rookie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think they do, honestly.
Who do you think wins it this year?
Toronto, man.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah.
I got to stick with my prediction I made at the start, man. I can't
stick with your guns, man. Yeah.
Yes, man. No matter what happens, I got to stick with it until they're officially eliminated from playoff contention. If that ever happens. So
fair enough.
I'm gonna say no, but I know why you're saying yes.
I think they do. I think they only. I mean, a team that good and that close to the cap only loses their 4th line and 1 player to Seattle. I think it was a tough loss for Gord, but I mean, they got players to fill that role, and I think they're pretty structured and good coached. So I think they 3-peat. The only reason they don't 3-peat is because they're tired. You know, they've been playing hockey, like the most hockey out of any other team for the last 3 years. So
yeah,
tired guys are banged up, stuff like that.
Well,
and they got the best goalie in the world. I'd be hard pressed to hear an argument where Vasilevsky isn't the best goalie in the world.
There isn't one.
Yeah.
Not a valid one.
No, and if there is one, it'd just be like opinion or something or bias.
Yeah, bias.
Yeah. Sweet.
Nice.
Yeah, I think they three-peat, and you think Toronto wins the cup, so we'll have to see.
I'm gonna be a fucking joke. There's gonna be memes made about me when we start getting the following.
Yeah. We need a spit and chicklets memes guy. We need a hockey
Yeah.
tank memes guy.
Yeah, I don't think we're good enough for that yet.
No, maybe in a couple of years, man. If
Yeah.
anybody's listening wants to make a meme account, feel free. You've got my but they gotta be funny memes. They gotta be good memes. You can't just say
Yeah.
like, I don't know.
Not
Yeah,
2010 memes.
I got a question about St. Louis. Who do you think has the better year, Robert Thomas or Jordan Kyrou?
Jordan Kyrou, I think he's got way more offensive potential.
Oh, I think Thomas got more potential, but Kyrou is definitely having a good season.
I think Kyrou's got more skill. He can shoot the puck better. And I think he can pass the puck better. But
He's definitely got better hands, I think.
I think he can shoot and pass the puck better. I think Thomas is a good like power forward type of player. Seems like he's good like just playing two-way game, but I don't.
He's a
I
good
don't think
two-way
he has.
player. I'll agree.
I don't
with
think
that.
he has the offensive attributes of a guy like Kyrou. So that's
Fair
my
enough.
reasoning there. I think
Yeah.
that's pretty much simple as that. I just think Kyrou's got more offensive skill than Thomas, but I'm not saying that he's a better player because you need two-way guys, but I think he has more skill. So that's pretty much my answer.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's Thomas, but he hasn't shown much this year, and I don't even think he's in the lineup. I haven't seen him on score sheets or anything this year.
No, he's another rough year, I guess.
Yeah, man, that's too bad. I'm still rooting for that guy though.
Yeah. He got a
All
cup
right.
ring. He don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
My go.
Yep, here we go.
Toronto Maple Leafs question.
Nice.
If they get in a rough cap situation within the next couple of years, who is the player that goes realistically? Now, don't say John Tavares because we both know John Tavares is going nowhere.
That was my pick, man.
It's
I don't think he's
full no move.
I don't think you can pay a second line center that much money. He's I mean, I don't know.
Second line center who lit up Detroit last night with 3 points.
Hey, you chill out now. You chill out. He's making more than the entire Detroit roster. So
listen, buddy.
He better be putting up 3 points.
I'm talking about realistic options. You know you're not trading your captain who has full no move. Full no move.
Yeah. No, I guess. Yeah. And he wants to stay there, obviously, because that's his home.
Think of somebody who could be moved.
I was gonna say Nylander, but
he's on too good of a deal.
Nylander's, yeah. He's
the only good deal there.
Yeah. So I can't trade him. You can't trade Matthews. That's, I don't know. He's probably gonna win like 5 Rockets in his career. I don't want to say Marner just because I think Marner's the best overall player on that team. He's just in a slump right now. And it's definitely not Morgan Riley. You're proving that. You just gave him fucking $60 million.
To relieve cap, I don't know who you can trade. You've got a guy like
none of those 5 guys make sense to trade. I'd have to say Tavares, honestly. I know you're not gonna like that. And I know he's captain. I know he's got a full move, and I know that's his home. So I don't see how you can move him, but that's the only guy right now that I think Toronto's looking to move.
I think they move on from him. As a Leafs fan who knows a lot more about the Leafs than most people.
Yeah, me included.
So I'm gonna say Justin Hall makes $2 million a year.
Oh, I like Hall though. Hall's a good player.
Hall
and
can be
worth
replaced.
It. I find him worth it for $2 million.
He's scratched. He's been playing absolute ass this year. He has the most turnovers on team. I think he's pretty well gone. I look at a guy like Kerfoot, who I like.
Yeah, I think
he makes $2.5 million or $3 million, whatever it is. I think they move on from him. And then you got a guy like Pierre Engvall, who's just like a bottom 6 forward at his best, and he makes $1.4 million. This was also on before the cap, like COVID stuff.
Yeah.
Like every other Leafs deal, when they anticipated the cap to be going like $88 million by now, when it's really like still 81.
Yeah.
So I think Engvall, Kerfoot, and Hall.
Yeah, I think he definitely can move on from Kerfoot. He's almost invisible. It's only he's a good PK guy though.
Penalty kill. He's really good on penalty kill.
I like him on the penalty kill.
And Nick Ritchie too, because Nick Ritchie's a bum.
Yeah, I don't know. Nick Ritchie never really stood out to me as like a great player.
No, he's not.
How much does Ritchie make him?
I think he's like 2.5.
Jesus, man.
And he doesn't. He got 1 point this year, so he's gone next year. Let's be realistic. He's gone.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely doesn't last 2 years in Toronto.
No fucking way.
I don't think you move Hall because defensemen are hard to find. He looks like he gels with that team. He's just might be having a bad year this year or something.
Yeah,
so
we'll
I think
see.
you give him time. I think Kerfoot you could move, but you got to bring back a guy that can
I
fill
think they
that.
found somebody to replace Hall though.
Who?
That's Liljegren.
Yeah, Liljegren's going to play a big role in that defense in years to come.
Oh fuck! The heartbeat monitor's going off. Did you hear
Yeah, I did.
that?
Fuck. Yeah,
Anyways,
great
weird
question,
catch.
man. That's a great question.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
a
know
tough
who
one
you
to
move.
answer.
Yeah, how much is Mrazek and Jack Campbell making?
I think Mrazek's around 4 and Jack Campbell's around $1 million, but Campbell's contract's up this year, so he also needs a raise.
Fuck, man, he's gonna get paid.
He's gonna
Not
get 4
like
or
he
5 mil.
deserves. He's not gonna get paid like he deserves, but he's gonna get paid.
He'll be 4 or 5 mil for probably 3 or
Yeah,
4
and
years.
then I think that ages badly too.
I think
for
Mrazek
some
goes
reason.
after this year.
I don't know. I think, man, I don't think Campbell's is one of the goalies that stays around in the league
He
for a
got
lot
to.
longer.
He got to, man, because he's playing. He's consistent, man. He's
Yeah,
consistent.
but I don't
goalie.
know. There's something about Campbell that screams at me that he's only gonna have like 3 good years, and then he's just gonna
Yeah.
go back to what he was before.
Yeah, well, time will tell, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm.
What an amazing story, man. I love fucking Jack Campbell though.
Red Lobster loves it.
Loves Red Lobster, man. Fuck. Yeah, great question, man. I'd like to hear someone who actually knows, like a beat writer or something for the Leafs to see what they'd have to say too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Interesting question.
Thanks.
Vancouver. Next up, does Pedersen score more than point per game this year?
No. I think he's close to point per game. I think he's like 3 points under, 4 points under.
Yeah.
I think that's where he stays for most of his career, near point per game.
Really?
I don't see him being.
Fuck,
yeah,
man.
I don't see him, man, as being a 90-point guy.
Nah, man, he definitely is. Come on. He's I don't think he scores point per game this year, but he's got to. He's got to at some point break out and just have like
We'll see.
90 or 100, man. He's too good not to.
There's a reason he only gets 6.5 mil or whatever it is.
Yeah, and that was based on past play. He'll earn all that money and more.
We'll see. I don't know. I just think he's just not. I think he's really good. I think he's a first line center, but I don't think he's a first line center who wins any awards.
We'll see about that. I fucking know Pedersen is going to go off at some point. I don't know when.
Me and
but
you
at some
have a lot
point
of
it's coming.
different opinions. It's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't want to talk to someone who just agrees with everything I say. That'd be too boring. I want to hear
Yeah.
different perspectives.
Yeah.
All right. I
Anyways,
like that. We'll have to
question.
see. We'll have to see.
Time will tell again.
Time will tell. That's geez.
Time always tells.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyways, my second last question for you. I got Ottawa. Does Pierre Dorian actually think the Senators will make the playoffs this year? Haha.
I think he knows that they won't, but I think he wants to give the fans a show because the fans have suffered there for probably like 6 years now. It's been rough in Ottawa. So
Mhm.
I think he
I think the
he
same
just
thing.
wants to show the fans, a bit of flash, but
They're
I
trying
think
to
he
win.
knows in the back of his head that
They're not.
they're not.
Yeah. I think 2 years.
I think they're on the same timeline as LA and Detroit. I think in 5 years, all of
Yeah.
those 3 teams and Anaheim too will be
Mm-hmm.
serious cup contenders and making runs. But
Yeah.
yeah. So 2 years, yeah, pretty much.
Thanks.
I don't know. It's weird though because they've got good players, man, that a lot of people passed on and just said, I don't know, like Norris, Batherson,
They're too
Shabbat,
young.
they're too young right now, but they got a lot of good players there, man,
Yeah.
and they
You're
can
right.
score right now. So
Mm-hmm. Good answer.
Buffalo over Ottawa. My second last question for you is in Vegas. And did losing Fleury hurt Vegas more than people think?
I
Because
think
everybody
it did,
said,
man.
yeah, man, they haven't looked the same. And I know they're without Mark Stone and Pacioretty right now, and
I
that's
hope
why
there's
their
a curse
scoring
on
is
them.
so low. But Fleury was a big part of that team's identity, man.
Yeah, you just don't do what they did, especially the way they did it. So I don't know. I kind of hope they don't do good this year.
No,
I
I always
don't-
think it's good to see Vegas doing good, but
I don't know. We'll see what happens. Well,
yeah, for sure.
if they're in on Jack Eichel trade, we'll see. But we talk about Jack
There's
Eichel every
no
week
way.
and nothing happens. That's
I
what
think
they're
Eichel would
reporting
love
now.
to play in Vegas though. All the
That's
same.
what they're reporting now. They're reporting that Vegas is talking to Buffalo.
I don't
I've
see
seen that
another
on
team that could
Instagram.
take him.
Also, Anaheim was in conversation.
Anaheim's got good forward or centers coming up too. They got Zegers and McTavish as their 1-2. I don't see them because that'd be good for right now or the next couple of years. But then eventually you're gonna have one of them either playing the wing or third line,
Mm-hmm.
and then it comes do we trade one, right? So
Yeah, you're right.
yeah.
Right. My last question for you is
Ooh,
the old Canadians.
yes, sir.
Let me see what I got right. Are the Montreal Canadiens going to be remembered as a team that had that one good year? This group itself, this version of the Montreal Canadiens.
Obviously, man, they're not gonna be like remembered for anything else. Like I think this is I don't know. That was the only high the Canadians are gonna have until they just tear it down and
I'm
rebuild again.
gonna say Price is Canadians. I know he's injured right now, but the Price Canadians, are they gonna be remembered for that 1 year?
Oh, I
where
think
they
they've also
almost
got
went?
the run in like 14 when Kreider
but-
ran Price.
Yeah,
Price
but it
got
was-
injured, and then Dustin Tokarski had to come in, or was it Dustin Tokarski? I think so. And then he had to come
Ultimately-
in, just like I don't know.
I think ultimately in the end, it's going to be looked at. Was their chance with Price. Do you think they ever get close with Price again?
Not even close, not even remotely. I mean, Price is the biggest part of that team. He's their, I don't know, cornerstone. He's the one they rely on. I think it's going to be hard to do good in Montreal without Price, or even look at that jersey and not think of Price, or to see someone else in net.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the run in 2014 and the run in 2020 is going to be the 2 years where I don't know,
It could
they're
have
high
happened.
points.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll get up, and I can't see a run in the past that was as significant as the one now.
Mhm. Yeah, you're right.
What do you think?
I think exactly what you said. Actually, I can't argue with you on that one.
Yeah, because until this year, everybody, like I'd say to my friends, like Habs fans, like, oh man, Habs are shit. And it's like, if we didn't fucking lose Price in 2014, we would have won the cup and stuff when
Yeah.
Kreider ran Price and injured him.
Every
not
team
ran
got
him,
their
just,
excuses.
yeah, just bumped into him or took out his knee or something, or
Yeah.
whatever Kreider done. So yeah.
Everybody got their excuses, buddy. Every Leafs got a lot of excuses built up over the years.
I got one. I got Detroit's a young team. That's all I got.
Yeah, all right.
Whenever they're not doing good, dude, Detroit could get blown out 1-0, and I'd be like, they're young. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
So, yeah, good question, man. Yeah, I didn't think about I think about what I think about the Habs now, but not what I think about the Habs in like 20 years or something. When I look back and think about this era of the Canadians, so it's a good question. Look at us ending off on Canadian teams. I got Winnipeg here. How many goals will Kyle Connor score this year? He was one of the 3 stars of the week.
40
goals.
42, 40, 43, something like that.
That's possible. I think he's a high 30s guy. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's going to reach 40 a couple times in his career.
He's
He just got a laser shot,
but he's got a great shot.
I don't know if his shot's hard, but it's fast.
Yeah,
accurate
for sure. Yeah, and he's not one of the guys just to sit on one of the wings and just tee off one-timers, like Ovi, Kucherov, and Stamkos or something. He kind of plays like Matthews. He just doesn't have a deadly shot. Yeah, he's always like
it's just fast.
In
man.
around
When
the
he shoots
crease
the puck,
and
it's just like off. His stick releases really quick. So I can see
Yeah.
40. I'm going to say 43 goals for Kyle Connor and probably like 50 assists. I can see him having an 80, 90 point year. Like he's that good.
I think he'll have more than point per game. I think he'll be like 85 or something for sure.
Yeah.
Because I think he's just going to rack up the assists. I don't know. He's weird. He's a great scorer, but he's a pass first guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the guy gets like 50 assists and 30 something goals. I think would be a good number for him.
I can see that definitely. Yeah, that's a good question, man.
Hey,
Those were
great
some
questions,
interesting
man. This is a bit of fun. I like that.
Yeah, it was fun.
All right, let's send off the listeners if there's any left. Thanks for tuning in, guys. This is another week of the Hockey Tank podcast. I hope you have a happy Halloween. Hope you get lots of trick-or-treaters, or if you're still trick-or-treating, I hope you get lots of candy. Follow us on Instagram
YouTube
for updates, and subscribe to us on YouTube for pretty much the same content you just listened to. But if you just want to be a beauty, then you can also subscribe.
Yes, sir. See you next week.
See you next week, guys.